Chenasem, Kamikuanim, made me watch no pumpy. Ninja in the muda, open me bonia, or pebble back to sender. They are Timmy Mononimity type for one or you don't send it all. Say, I'm coming with this rotom, or Timothy, I'm bound to win. Or I am a watch to my home, or I am a watch to my one quarry moon. Meaning, I'm in a dinty, Maria Baya Cassipa, and Shabby Home, no, I won't fear. And I'm in a friend, and me, as a mass I say, it's a
Ever happy morning show, ever happy 98.9 FM.
Happy FM 98.9.
You wrote me off, the God called me in. I may be down, so you say I'm a man. Minim Yamia Martinetti, or can be women, Surodom hair, or Timothy, I'm bound to win. And to share, not shall be beyond, cause I'm a work in progress. What's it? I am a watch to my home, or I am a watch to my one of Parimu. Minim Yamia Martinetti, Maria Baya Cassipa, and shall be home, no, I won't fear.
Happy FM 98.9.
Ever happy morning show, ever happy 98.9 FM.
She rock the money pie off the phone, or bread to my fabbing count, or Suru Shirawan, now she round. Me pep yaran to me say no. Share, or Chenasem, coming Kuanim, made them watch no pumpy. Ninja in the muda, or come bonia, or pebble back to sender. We your Timmy Mononimity type for one, or your drums in the wall. Say, or coming with this rotom, or Dimechi, I'm bound to win. Or I am a watch to my home. Obaya me watchu ma wano parimu. Minim Yamia Martina Dinti, Maria Baya Cassipa, and Shami Humo Mabonfia, ever me pray to be and carry me. Nasema Shasi, it's a web in Qua. And Shami Humo Mabonfia, ever me pray to be and carry me. Nasema Shasi, kitty. And Shami Humo Mabonfia, ever me pray to be and carry me. That's a Shasi, it's a web in Qua. Maria Baya Cassipa,
Mamenka, and Yasha said in here, we end in here. Aviano, any asam, aviano, any adiano. Washasia ya kitwa, washasia bia kitwa, name Yango Pondum wa, baby obe peja wa do aquacusieno, a bebra joining Tiasieso. Jamo watching Wakwa from Happy Morning Show, so now pay your morning companion, and now pay and send you no and go uponoswa, ye bedi a home and como. When him say a year over the weekend, the National Democratic Congress, Jubilee Park, what tamale, a honor Mukujina, and on Molanchi on campaign team. Lanchi campaign, no, say, no, say, oh, here, and Muse, or Mokako Bodum, oh, Yami Yahodono, and Sana, one more abonto, and Asoma Bapro. Any Ghana for Dinkomo, Ama, and some kind of air catcher Ghana for say, or something we just saw, go to a Bamono. A woman can dear Debbie in the Debbie. I don't know, meet here the chairman of the National Democratic Congress. Ora, I see a do enketia. Was it a saying on Juma dear word United submarine? Dear call so many day chairman and you be traveling for the Edia for any of your 4 pay. Minim say would be. Adia Bakuana, a dimu entintimaipa has got to do with Mampanyini Dada John Dramani Mahama Walker said one he will be truthful to the people of Ghana. The running mate for the National Democratic Congress, Professor Jane Nana Opokwa Jimai said, Baby Ghana, we need a president and also we need a leader who will be truthful to the people. But my drink it twa. Truthfulness help us deal with the many existential issues. Ghana for your woman. Yeah, for woman. Truthfulness as part of governance is critical. NDC jitumpa. But I'm not pretty sure say me Fati any prince ya kwa kopɛ adwuma na yɛkyerɛ ɛwɔ ye CV say ye truthful a truthful no ɛbɛyɛ adwuma no. Let's look at competency. That is what is very critical. Ye bedin komo ɛwɔ nsɛm no ho na no pay live on Happy 98.9 FM one up on the Happy Morning Show. Achiami myensa atenase a rapper Fati Shaibwali atenase sounds on a prince obiba poakwa Brown Ayim aka Bracko for the presbyter odonso atenase na no pay and I draw that when say editor stake Indiana no pay ni asemu for betenase ni ani omo adin kita ho ni omo adin komo ye pensem no mu I make us say the double crat ahodo no the abadwom na no pay ye the tifinsem no ebebratie for ene ahwefo ene anopay ebio ye bebo hwia kwa be funtintan kase no so honso nsem egu ho ne be can be e de akira manfo ene etiefo. There is social media trends and a lot more. And I fully packed. I dear be a rapper Fati Shaibwali a friend appropriate technology. I don't know if you can appropriate technology. And to what that. But you so be a whole idea. You watch him walk about. Adriana ni asuna this year, and I'm tea. A rapper Fati Shaibwali at Transit Prince of Papua Transit. Achiami miensa no pebia Transit in 7 said the 10-1 ya kanwono. Yani ya Transit now no pay the Happy Morning Show. Your morning companion, one up on your call, a day brew. Mamma, a year before Aquaba, baby, a tea free beyond Mamma Aquaba, and the show is being put together by a year, the entire production team headed by Isaac Adai. Sounds so, Anna, a Chidom, a free, Reynolds, Ajman, Bismarck Brown, Joel Sanko, Frank Afo, a rapper, Fatisha Bole, Prince Obiba Poakwa, Nana Amwako Collins Jr., or Petit Abefontin Tankasian, so Facebook. In Jenny, we call Facebook a Happy 98.9 FM. A dear ye tragu a wa, obetimi a dear chi, na the echoes of Median Subiano, was what venture, I want what to me a day aba. Now with your fatness, dear. Mamma with your watching, I'm more Faba. Fatima watching. Major Sefah. I'll protect. I robot technology. Ube who me afraid, Sefah. Hey! And you're not 25 now. Men are making 25 now. This week, yeah. Hey! Obe fair.
Obenya for about 25.
I'm sure cry bro. I'm sure cry bro 25.
That's it. If we free.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
If we free.
What kind?
Thank you, my brother.
If we free, pa.
Confirm or they are kind yampa.
If we free.
Yampa.
Now we'll be an young Konya first lady.
Of course.
I'll be a young first lady.
Young first lady.
Second lady.
First lady, did you hear you are
2022. 2022. now. OMC First Lady event in Wokumasi.
Yes.
2022. Yeah. 10 easy cry. What's the answer who know how in baby oko?
Oh, send and send me huna Friday no na jabe.
There be say why ya own time to
okay. Okay.
If free Danquah kopim no mu no miensa no. Obehuna hunu.
Friday, okay, me who sa Friday.
Who sa Friday?
Me who sa Friday. Me who sa Friday. No.
Hunu.
When huna later me huna
no aba.
Na then a ban was you, me Daniel.
Free information minister, no co energy.
Energy. Who is there? Who is there?
Oh, says a bit crap on the way.
I see.
Also, be revive it too. And I think that is a good, it's a very huge promise.
But I think it's belated.
Whether belated or not, say it me boy Emma to your resuscitating. Emma need to meet nine and answer, beat me up wine. Quite be brave. We shouldn't run away from that.
Yeah, Ben, it was widely circulated. Say, now, Yenya fund ambassador Edward Boatin, Cotonou. Yeah, Ben.
That was in 2020.
2020. Yes. It was widely circulated. Yes. Now, President Aman appointments or Koto, and that was the time I had a belief. Say we can resuscitate a tour. After say a delay ya afi ambassador Echo Siga, then my hope for tour was gone.
Correct.
Yes, I don't think so. Yes, I like the passion of the sector minister. The Oka and the need that source or pepper or matter. What I'm saying is that we are 5 months into elections. Say your call nani party ni we need ya. Be a yes. No crown pono say or retain ministry. Yes.
A president to the fan.
And American say no crown pono say or retain some ministry no.
Yeah.
Now on the wohodia. Be an plans. And kojo remember say before you do be a beko baby ano. Now on one kasa or the views and the perceptions about the sector baby a dina kono any the opeso ye. Yeah. Obi wo ho a watene chira unyaya na kuma so ade ane se to ye dwuma bi. Bia owura Herbert Crapper. Sa owo sa kuma pani bi emato. Owo sa eni swadi hu no emato. But what I am saying is that enei sesi ya ewo ha aka 5 months near koto abano. Look, and I can tell you say the flag bearer of a year MPP no. They all dream or sorry be they all dream and say oh hit the campaign acquire campaign see a beto abamano.
Yeah.
Yes. Obe who say na or ye need or performing duties as a vice president. But a NEPA they 5 months into elections or 6 months into elections.
It's all about winning the election.
It's all about say all core electorates no ako kachiro say yento aba enfemano enti and ye nyina nim say kwadwo is the bitter truth really. But ye nyina nim say Drew Sabri leading up to elections and normally omanye dwuma no ye ne kakra bi is the reason why ye be parliament ye could consider a year important a year bauxite a year law and I say bill not only 24 MPs in our parliament because obia ni so ade hu ni say okoye campaign e dey agini vote e dey back
to parliament
enti ora Herbert Crapper applaud your willingness to revive a year tour but what I'm saying is only our government is belated because say even if the person in a government policy a check incoming after 7.5 years what is there again? And an anchor person in 7.5 years.
After more than 7.5 years, it's 7 years, 7 months.
When Timianya afi ansa na obeyeno. So I like his courage. Very young, dynamic young man. I love his courage, but Mr. Minister say I think he's belated. I'm sorry.
Prince Obapakwa and out in Kano said the Tiano Sani editor Yemfa Binka when you been from I said happy Casiabono said yes, I move for the Bamayano said ye in some new money cruci gunkrata so no etanasia sapepe and a tea yebeka now him Zahano ye the facts in it tuja near actually adwene ho and we make you understand say our opinions are independent of the fact and tenede I am what yes and Jebi be casting bia Obonyo so anaso ne nya adwene eno nya bufu if you have any alternative argument na de aba na yeah mama musa mu asamba ko na no pay if you are a business owner na obi de ne nkrataa ba sɛ ɔba bɛpɛ adwuma na ɔtwerɛ wɔ so sɛ ɔyɛ honest anaasɛ ɔyɛ truthful without exhibiting any other competency anaasɛ competencies a would you be willing to employ such a person?
No. Ejuma no awo babe no. It depends on what ejuma it is. Because ejuma biano, you need a certain level of expertise to be able to execute. Your other traits as a person no, is to complement or competences or what must I say? And to know if to me what you can do as far as the job is concerned. Now we'll sue and no buying kwane here as a person or they be jumema and you go to a community center ko area knock off prayer assemblyman and assemblywoman. And that's not it. What you can do ewe jumani muno any here. Now the account who a better need other candidates so no.
No, not the
and only honesty.
And your truthfulness.
Okay. That's it.
All right. We're trying to print. Yeah, quite. I mean, bizarre. Because you see, it was a running theme when former President John Dramani Mahama, when he was speaking. Now, when Yamame, Professor Jinano Opogu was also speaking. She says, as we speak now, baby, Agana Jinay. Adia baako here and they say kandini a oka nokore anazo bedi nokore. Edi ama mine ne eyetimamufo e na ye hwehwe.
It was in contest. What must say engineer so no de kasa no is not the direct question you asked me. In the scheme of things, yes, it seems to be much more important because already they've been telling us all the time yate as to whether a man for believe that, as to whether a man for a feel so bit me is it's another thing. Into way none the omoka twa your market castle and then in the current situation what they think say and no nebe boa amagana who is coming and I say why na uncle. Yes, then it's in order.
Okay, because you mention
Chassis.
My mention.
Memo 3 minutes.
Okay, so my mention me, I've come to accept say the NDC will not introduce anything new to their campaign.
That will be difficult for us to actually predict.
Okay. So I am looking at say and flag bearer Kasano. Okay, I said their manifesto will be out very soon.
Yes.
Very soon. And I want to take the very soon to mean say by second week August.
Yeah.
That's the very soon. That's me target media, me forecast media man very soon. And I am anticipating say in that manifesto yen konko hu bibia yen te da with the NDC.
Nothing new.
Nothing new. That is what I am saying. That is what I am anticipating. Nothing new. Okay. So if say nothing new there yaka ho asem in the last 2 elections NDC elusu no eno ane ye dey with renewed energy. Okay. And ye can bia said ye can 2016 ye can 2020 no yan can ye nti nkrofo anti ase ye into this time around this is the strategy I dey koka. So I don't expect anything new. Maybe the only new idea they've not been explained very well in a year 24-hour economy. Maybe the manifesto would want to give attention to and cannot explain it very well for ordinary Ghanaian on the pavement of Circle, the Central Business District, anywhere atomic kwabinya baby ebeti ase. Yeah. But the issue of honesty,
truthfulness,
you know, yeah, that is politics. That is proper politics. And who did two contests? Now, remember, say they have accused the vice president of Ghana, who is the flag bearer for the ruling New Patriotic Party, not being honest, not being truthful. And me launching my campaign, I'm telling Ghanaians, say, look, my opponent, which is your vice president, he's not been truthful to you. He's not being honest. Therefore, I will be honest. Therefore, baby, leaders who will be honest and be truthful is the reason why I am here. That we can suggest. You see, you better me decide and atun then you better say it can stand the test of time and that we can do that. Because the point is that he's been president before. So, Tamo yeah president, you know, was it truthful? Was it honest? We can juxtapose the wire pen Tamo Ohono to the Oka Sesiano. Na ya ne te say good, near the affair Jim. Say the fair Jimwa, obey me appear to the other side. That we can do that. But that comment, purely politics. Hardcore politics. Taking it was subtle. You see, and it was started by the vice presidential candidate. Started by her. And she's been consistent at that. Because, she's seen not to be hardcore, punchy, a politician. So she would take that dig at any other person, subtle, but not cancer. And she's been consistent. And I think that is the direction their campaign will go. That is the something new about the NDC campaign this time around. That we are leaders of truthfulness. We are honest. So the option is honesty. But I'll go back to Baby Afati earlier on and say, me se me ye interview for Juma. Now bana be catch me say me pe top notch a news producer. Now be catch them and say I'm honest, I'm truthful, but I can produce only four news items for 30 minutes bulletin. You don't qualify. You don't cut for it.
Well, for Adrian Trevor, you go Facebook. Go Facebook. Happy 98.9 FM. What I understand where you're coming from. Say pure politics. But as we stand now, I sometimes feel say that partisan komo ena we yes say ena we nya the be odi aton ho kan dia wo ka say odi so oha hudo no a Ghana fo ena mu na no ka kire mu bubumu doso nsem no mu ma Ghana fo entiase. As to who is honest or as to who is dishonest, I'm telling you, Ghanaians are fully awake. They are aware. For me, I'll never trust anybody who tells me to trust him or her. Yes.
It doesn't mean say enyese meka ho asem.
David. But I'm saying say I'll never trust anybody who tells me trust me. No. Or anybody who questions you, don't you trust me? I won't. The Obokrata who don't know and net bebre no abajum chronicle waha.
You are an apostle of your good deeds will follow you.
Yes.
Okay.
In Zezia Fati, say akutu edu esi ho. Na asu akutu a. Do I need a kutu to tell me say we are tangerine as we are kutu?
So
No, you don't.
I don't need that.
by their fruit.
You shall know them.
Okay. Yan twas of Fati Yanko.
Thessalonians
You just say for the Yebe
5:11. First Thessalonians 5:11. Therefore, encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. You know, ekoma omwa mubuame ewo news muno. They know themselves. The Chronicle banner headline on page there almost say, "We are behind you, our son." Telensi and Bilsa chiefs tell Baumia, "I will win Bole Bamboy's seat for NPP." Raphael Kuma vows, "We won't sleep for 48 hours during elections." A year former president, flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama Enakaye. Akufo-Addo's proposal for financial interoperability in Africa accepted by AU. Boteman Mai, you can't say, I think Maijo, right? Boteman Maijo land dispute, 3 being hauled to court for contempt. And no Ewahanum.
They say, Boteman says, I hot cake power.
Because of
Because of
facility
no my I hot cake power. Some busy investing for sports. Ewo honti and crofo pens as CSC hostels. Ewo benti jabera yen ko yenya atomic the yanko.
As I to run not one. Other stories are being essay. $18.5 million Soko investment yields positive result in northern Ghana. Economy shows strong recovery with 4.7% GDP growth. Bank of Ghana and Kanye. You caught Nigeria Maimwa planned protest. FG tighten security at borders nationwide. Fuel scarcity at 850 naira per litre. Queues resurface in Lagos. Motorist commuters groan. Hardship protest organizers dare FG insist on August rallies. We air stories are offer the Chronicle and Opea Benye Biakai.
Me pacho yem for the informer and twas on chia ora and the cancam ene anopay. Na men chassier free in this issue no. Zoom Lion donate safety equipment towards second phase of homework cleanup. And tekojo first phase ni die gamanche. Edienim ema ye ne kama. Ene ye gat sim ema bibia atoto na second phase no. And Zoom Lion say, esi eboa. Enti omo de asofi, omo de pickers, omo de wheelbarrows, omo de tricycles. Ahuro nyina akoma eye ohimpon ono ne da enkran traditional eye area yi so. Ena ode koe no senana munye pa na yensu ye mo a Zoom Lion ye de eboa no. Zoom Lion de kwadwo me kan masemo a na masori agina ho ni titiru doctor Sian Japan oya ade papa ye toaso dia 2024 general elections chiefs endorsed Baumia predict victory for him eno na ote se na ewura papa Fatisha Ibuali bosso telensi ene omo akika ka ho nyina ena omo se wei de oye doba ye so na ni ye papa oso ye ni ye papa enti ono a ena ye nyina ye kwa akoto aba ama no ewo December enti eno enso eno no appointment application for US summer camp travel. Court says no to PPA boss over fears of Maslow boss escape. Na owura a ye freno ejenim Boatin Ajay ono ene ye former eye PPA CEO na ninsem ewo court ena fati ode court nanim so nimpom dodo no ase waye adwuma bre wakokọtọ abre enti nka obepese obekọ eye holidays kakra ewo US nanka yakọ akọwoso no ena court say debi ye osa enye yi ne yakona ese extradite wa na akofa asemaba debi tena ha ye ni asem ni wie ebubo wa na ye nye de ye de ebeyo Mahama urges electorate to compare track records. Wey ensemo a offer the informer ena no pay a ene energy no wasoro pa Ofa informa ubenya
energy no was
energy no was
Daily Guide the Obokrata no energy no was the energy nkwana no pay. Daily Guide the Obokrata and the money more say AU adopt Nanes payment system for Africa. Harness resources to enhance continental trade. After no day said the kan ye no. Dan dan was it me am ye ni ekọ ho said ye beya e betimi amana di dwuma ye say e di dwuma ye a ye nyina ye nim ye sunsuanso betimi afiri mu e de aba. Sikapudu Africa and answer be my bit me free more. Over $3 trillion US dollars. Now imagine that $3 trillion be mamu. You can just imagine a developmental project bit me edia my ahodon so. NLA Deputy DG honored. Nana Homa Meiza and a neno aya bona baso kama pa ho or taking rubbishes a japadie fiction. Was say and someone man for be mo say ngoma bi da bontene ena ya manfo bi no mutiri mu po ne de ka ho nyina no bosire mu ka yo bi tese wo hwe ya hwe wiem a na okruti nsem no a na odigu nkrata so na wo de ba bonten se Ghana for mo kenkan bi se de be ya ebetimi atwem adwene afiri ye ne pa aban no so ensem ahodo bi abetimi ahunu no akenkan ni NDC launches campaign as memene de twam no the National Democratic Congress kokopie mu wotifidu mantemu northern region ena omo campaign omo ntoabo ene omo probo omo ekoko da ho ediana so omo ka kire Ghana fo nyina ase yeyinum ene pese be Kamala Harris campaign raises $200 million US dollars in a week. Italy's Meloni signs deal to relaunch ties with China. NPP Ayagbes crashes car na ente free from the New Patriotic Party and he said Eyadia Ora Richard Ahyangba he's in a stable condition. See ano there as a kakra no Eyadia ne ho din ban kakra. NPP's victory is certain. Takrade member of parliament Kwabena Ocheredako Mensa with NPP executive for Takrade ne omo trimu say Eyadia Takrade dia the New Patriotic Party kunim die pa na betimi akwa mo ewo afiwe aba ebeto no mo.
Daily Democrat, lawyer Trimberma graduates with Master of Science degree in International Relations and adjudged Best Student in Security and Defense and Human Rights. And no Ewahanum. Change to Reset Ghana. Omo ede peninfo amo NDC mo omonim ena ato paper no anyone pay. What did you use the 620 billion cedis borrowed in 7 years for? Kofi Potofi asks NPP. Military and police invade Nungwastu lands at Botema, Nigeria, demolish structures without court order. Family petitions IGP others over murder at Achirechrekrum. We a Daily Democrat.
Me pacho yemfa the Ghanaian publisher Entwaso ene anopay 18.5 million Isoko project impacting lives in the north. We Martin Ejemensa Kosa ono ene Minister for Local Government and Rural Development ena Odessa and some way atu ejapa ora Ejemensa Kosa oyadio Mohammed's inconsistency exposed August 2016. 4 years not enough. July 2024. 4 years is enough. Asem way huye pa. Asem way kwaje Sefah Danquah enkrofo estarte ebosa audio we dia hu papa na happy yebebo dia ewo ho enti yebepe ni yabo ewo ho. Mohammed's inconsistency exposed August 2016. 4 years not enough. July 2024. 4 years is enough. Eno ewa ha ochehene rubbishes ejapade friction over Oforipenny was prominent before Ekufuado enti kwajo eno aba say Oforipenny fie die ewo hodeda kransa ne yebewo president yo tisu Ekufuado nyina anim say owo ties with Oforipenny fie ho but Oforipenny die kwajo say wo hodeda kra eno ena ochehene ka sa ensem no ewo ho. Boteman land dispute Captain Koda 2 others face contempt ubehu sa story we ewo page number 7 ewo the Ghanaian publisher nim enano pay AU endorses Ekufuado's interoperability proposal Entino ene die kwadwo Africa ha ye nyina ye be use interoperability no na ye de tuatua sika akwaman bebre so ne nti kwadwo ye common currency ba ko bi ni de o mampani kufo sha ase ne wai eco ne wai
mpacho mo mfra ECOWAS for na ye muso
okay se no mpo de na nye EU na ye ECOWAS
na nye EU
na nye EU na ye ECOWAS okay Greek will be my priority and no vice president and oka sansem we and some we be and unya the obokrata the Ghanaian publisher obetimi akenkan bi wo ho
yanto aso the custodian the obokrata and the manim he na no pema menka say happy morning show no sugu so otie no achame miensa ne atana se Europa papa fatisha boli prince obibapo akwa and akwadwo Sefah Danquah aduana ne aso na de che ye the obokrata hodo na tifin sem na ye de bretie for any ahwefo ene anopay asem that the custodian the obokrata and mu na anopay say Baumia terrifies NDC in northern Ghana and some okokrata fe toso miensa of the custodian the obokrata no and anopay bitimi hu no kan ebi oho 530 soko projects improve lives in 6 regions. Ora Martin Ajay Mensa Kosa local government minister in the Namfuni Edaha wodi insansem we air to edwa AU accept Akufo-Addo's continent-wide interoperability. And no NPA boss grabs 2 honors at Ghana CEO Awards. Na Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid bono ene penyini awada the National Petroleum Authority ano emfa and ase emfa konkoma na ase emfa bosuboi konkoma no ese ene no watimi agrabe 2 honors at Ghana CEO Awards. Agave Paramount Chief accused of impersonation. Ye no mo ensem no bia for the custodian the obokrata no ena no pe abetimi ehunu na wakenkan ewo mu.
The new crusading guide, AU adopts Akufo-Addo's continent-wide interoperability. Odoi Kese family wants land grabbers. Or for a penny fear was prominent before Akufo-Addo. Ochehene rubbishes Ejapadiet fiction. In the matter of the Adjirigano land dispute, Harris Muda, 2 others cited for contempt. Don't dirty new houses as you do your barracks. Henry Corte fires police.
Sir, me kan ho asem wa hada no. We dey say Accra commando ono nso aka.
Interior minister.
Say ono anso na hwe omo so. Enti ene jabe obefa aba. Busumi bia ono abekọ akọhwese mo ye nse enti oba ofie na o ma no esensan dan na ende nkwala ndi obechoro kakra ndi o moden ya obechoro.
Ezano pe di monko.
Ada Paramount Chief appeals to Parliament to adopt Songo salt mining report. NPP electrifies Bole Bamboy as Raphael Kuma vows to snatch seat. Way the new crusading guide.
Bipacho yemfa the Republic Press entwaso ene anopei. Republic Press enimuno efepa. Reform or perish kweku kwaten bones MPP na kwajo in article onwa etro titled to break the 8 we must first break the norm. And all can say there's a primitive political culture. Politicians per se ombenya power than say a country no and ombehe na omudi gina baby ye no eno na Republic Press e dia to anim anopay owura kwaku kwaten or former deputy finance minister and osan ye MP for Obuase West constituency e wo Ashanti region and waka sa ensem we MPPs ahiagba escape debt. Party says he's stable and also and I'll be who say Odam Paswa General Secretary Ejina Nenchain Ewo Hospital and no yare yapa ura hiagba ena eja fatihe watwea bia hokakra no nanso ne ho beto no na wasan aba beye nedwuma ewo ho. Police officers put on notice na her picture ne ho no fati.
Exactly. Hey, you guys must be careful.
As
that untidy attitude, behavior of yours
against untidy habits in new houses.
Yes.
Oh no. Accra Commando. Bonnie bandana from Ghana. Bonnie black chichipa and was shed first. ni military vest and a sheno no and was hey me catch them with fear na yesi ama mo efe papa ye me ko ne hom moko na moko ye samo niema no wo ho eko bobo ntabo wani mo ye ice block e de bobo dan ne ho a ube hu ade a ebe ye mo e wo oche ne dismiss adwapade document Baumia shares plan for brighter Ghana. Agric minister confirmed stabilized tomato prices during market visit. Hey, anyway, ni predecessor saw no kweno say body e ton is say body e gugu hey. Oko busebusa ba no say mo Ghana for mo boa mo nko market bia mo sorry a mo nko market mo nim de ton odo me market mo ban so a mo say enema boa ayedin. Agric minister ono so akose tomatoes ayefo pa fatinti mo kwa mo ntoni bebre
praying
mo ntoni say yeduane no mo tomatoes enkom fresh one pa cho empe kan once ni bi fresh
yen to aso daily search like the democrat abusu a pe kwan be fa so a ebetimi di eye ntos na ba beduru dwom na said ye be ya ne bo betimi ayefo
yes
ama obi etimi atobi enye bu na abusu no de se enim se akuafo no bebre no ano o matimi aya ama eye eno ba bebre abu but ekwan be fa so a ye betimi ede aba eye krom ama ate transportation ne bo so se de be ya wo mo nkokofa ne ma ne banka se me kokofa ye bitua 2000 bitua 1000 no enne hu hia and because adan fatina make a chow mintimi nko ekura cho bi ase na me ha me ho faka enko do nsane ma na ema me dukrum na me dukrum aka chem se me ton nketenkete se de be ya Ghana for bitimi da bi me so me business and I want profit into that a free a year to day a how ba kon ye namu and it's a post losses 1.9 billion US dollars yentumi so ano abunu ne abusai ento sintimi mu emebi mpro enka eyi efom jene ntimi mu bi mpro enka fo daily search like democrat they say in the land of the blind Haruna tout Mohammed's experience and NDC launches campaign for 2024 general elections. NPA boss sweeps 2 awards at the Ghana CEO Awards 2024. Congratulations going out to Ora Mustafa Hamid. Don't allow NPP's poor performance to discourage you from voting. Ato forcing or this asking we are to and Okopiemu. Ewo Jumediana Omodi da o campaign di Asie Tamale. Jubilee Park, we made it tremono, and this asking we etu. Nana Akufo Adam Mr. Daily Searchlight. Mampanyini edino man spelling ye enye Akufu. Mr. AKUFO. F bako. One F F bako AKUFO Akufo. Ado.
And oh no,
you Mr.
Where your printers devil.
President Nana Dankwa Akufo must assure Ghanaians of handing over to whoever wins. Chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Ora Asiedu Nketiana discussing we are to Idra. Ojia Hoho Science and Tech Fair trains over 2,000 students in Western North region. We ANC be offered the Daily Searchlight. The
new finder, uncertainty surrounds inflation outlook, CD volatility, utility tariffs, and fuel prices increases to blame. Sasso and empowering Ghanaian MSME highlights from the mid-year budget review. $18.5 million SOCO investment in 530 projects yields positive results in 6 regions. Deputy NLA Director General Ms. Mazia wins Exemplary Woman in Corporate Governance Award. AU adopt continent-wide interoperability proposal made by President Akufo-Addo. We the finder.
Emfa the Supreme, the Obokrata and Twaso, Nene Supreme Aya Diebia, Omoho Aye Huye Papa Pakojuhe, Ewe screen is so. Na clash of the Nordness. Baumia crowd in constituency event surpasses Mohammed's national campaign launch. Enti enonso ewo enti first picture no Baumia MPP community one community in the north crowd and Mohammed's NDC 16 regions in the north Who said the capture 16 regions in the north. Me pacho 15 regions in the north because north na answer your region. Yes.
And them almost Kahubi because they are reps.
Almost about okay. Enti eno enso eno no. NLA boss Sami Ewuku brace ground for 4 million Ghana cedi Mampong Coronation Park. Where the ultimate ya obedi akunya na che papa. Mampong Coronation Park no. So Ria Sami Ewuku timi ya ansana abatu ya badia obetena so achi ye papa. MPA boss sweeps 2 awards at the CEO Awards 2024 and also ewaha na youth in Ada rally behind parliamentary report on Songo salt mining project and also ewaha East Legon resident warn Harry Dawson over illegal demolition of Ekuapem Mare Hene property and also Semwa offer the Supreme Democrat ya Obenyabi na wakenkan ewo.
The anchor Democrat no it is anchoring us to a year inquire na ifriwa yeko inquisitor Democrat no so enano pay na the anchor said 13-year-old orphan sexually abused at Winneba, traumatized boy unable to walk properly. Ye asemu ni nyan papa. Na eze ukopie Winneba empotemo hwa. Abrantewa anaza koda kwedunkwe bia wadi mfie edumiensa enene no obi akwakwe ne nyedwa ama yesi ni na abrante no anaza koda no ntumi enantie. Deputy NLA boss wins Women in Corporate Governance Award. Eno yedi kan boso da. Ashali Bocho family drags 3 to court for contempt. Eno ewa NPP electrifies Mahama's backyard as Raphael Kuma vows to snatch Bole Bamboy seat. Women intensify fibroid awareness campaign push its conclusion on NHIS. Yay, and Semdibia. Its inclusion pushes push its inclusion on NHIS. Obviously, I'm fancy NHIS. Said the bear. Mano, ombetimi enya ehun ayarhwe. We ensem de biafa the yanko da obokrata na obetimi hunu no nya bia.
Final paper no pay the inquisitor. Request for passport to travel. AB Ajay bounced as OSP raises superior argument in court. Mr. Thomas Kofi Alonsi and the ugly happenings at Ghana Maritime Authority. NDC drops missiles at Tamale as party launches 2024 campaign. I will snatch Bole Bamboy seat, NPP PC. Ayaruga cautions against elections prophecies. And also, Ewahanoma offer the inquisitor, Ubenebi Akan.
Me pacho yen for today, enwie ewo me ha, na yen shasi say 2024 election, we would police your ballot. Mahama assures NDC supporters. Eno ewo Tamale Mra campaign launch, you know. It was such a long event. Very, very long event. And of course, ewo Tamale and Sembebri and a PMO ewo ho. 36th annual Ghana Fest celebrated in Chicago. Na obehu ora papa kwasindum na afi Ghana fo bebre ya jumedia omo ye abrene nyina omo ye na afi de enso omo ye ewo Chicago. We today newspaper.
HappyGhana.com and Anapay Yamu Gongo Remu Hoy. Opponents criticize credit scoring system without understanding. Dr. Baumia fires back. Police seek order to hold Gen Z protest. Now the Gen Z, one more imagine say, never be wa enkosu ye crack wa maimua. One bese one more a home a yachere and then a pussy for and then one more edin seven quaco general Sinibia epese one more edgy or so and as a bonubi edit a year. Oyechra Gen Z 4% omoye enoso. CRI blames school authorities over 4 deaths recorded in senior high schools. NDC will initiate a farming service system to boost agriculture. Surprising obstacle has hindered the completion of the Fancon Zone project. Project manager no this answer we to you and send bia. Oko happyghana.com and ano pay abetimi hunu na wakenkan ewo.
Yanko a year Google News. Ghana's economy being run like a Ponzi scheme. Kwekukwating Enekaye. Ghanaian actor Daniel DeLong advocates stage training for aspiring actors. And no Ewahanam. Businessman remanded for impersonating roads and highways minister. 2024 Paris Olympics. See what time and date to watch Ghana's 8 athletes and also Ewahanum. Sasso and corruption is the biggest threat to Ghana's democracy. Senator Rollins and Ekanye. Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference to hold national forum. Sasso and a media budget. Ghana's economy stalling, not recovering. Economists to be and Ekasa same way. Other stories Obenya Ewahanum say. Ghanaian Italian striker Kevin Yeboah joins Minnesota United. Ghana is moving in the wrong direction. Joshua Alabi and Sasso and Lil wins a country called Ghana movie wins 3 awards at Imo International Film Festival. First Lady launches SOS Children's Village Ghana launches endowment fund. Sasso and Professor Opoku Ajiman vouches for Mohammed's integrity, declares he can rescue Ghana. We air stories are being Google News anopay.
If free Google News, I anchor Ghana Meteorological Agency and anopay na said if you mun satrayensem ebeye don hwere aduonu ena ye di enimu no eno ena mboboso de ema atiefo ene ayefo ena anopay oba omaya na afofo mu ene anopay a ese baby tisa aplawo enkran ka so Cape Coast takrade axim ho ni nyina na yade a yehwe enimu sensu betimi agugu kakra anopay ofankran mantemo ha na senkran mamu ha miami ahodo bi ha nsuo gugu nsuo ni yanwenwen pa ho sanso ena akọ omaya na afofo ukọ kaso ye aplawo Cape Coast ni takrade ho nso yehwe enimu sensu ebetimi agugu ho efiri ho kofodia achemodan kumase oboase takwa sehwi bekwa eketekratic intampo ene goso no yehwe sensu ni betimi amunum na nanim kakra ho nsuo be yanwenwen kakra o mia bi etese oboase ene kumase ukọ kofodia ene achemodan ho ene ye ketekratic ene takwadia there is a 60% chance of missed as a insuno ebegugu kakran keten ewo saa mia nya nemum u bawura mu akwakopie mu ewo man atififa mu a okobia bi te say why insu betimi ato ho kakra sanso na akobo gatanga na lergu a ehwe ne mu say there is a 40% chance of rain na okoye tamale boli damango enano pa yendi enso a ehwe say insu betimi ato ho kakra said if you move in and as a bear share and a between 19 degrees Celsius and 24 degrees Celsius. Yamunko pie a VI our bra premoto, se premoto dia, Naso Maya Fana Bibrino, I didn't should be to Mumna, Obo Mayana for more, should be to Mumna ye pa. Sounds on our boy Romu or my infinite for more, and Shono a bit me Guga cry or Miami Hunina. Sounds so and I'll boo Romu pie or my etifi for more. If you animals in Shono, a bit me at all or Sammy Yanina. Said if you move a bit me. Ayenyunu anasa abeyeshie no bejina between 28 degrees Celsius and 31 degrees Celsius. Yemu nkopiemu ewo bra nunsia aboy se nunsia ba okoman atifamu ayade a ensuo no betimi emu na nim yie pa ewo ho okoman finfini famu ensuo no be mu na nim yie pa ho sanso ena okọ eye omanya na afofamu a it will be moderately cloudy na ensuo no betimi emu na nim nenso na ho ode no enye te se de ebekoso ewo man finfini famu ene atifamu se de wiemu ebe nyunu anasa be yehie no ene enwumre obra no nsia abono ebegina between 26 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius. Duty forecast na no pay Rebecca Bediako won ne ohwe wiemu a okruchi nsem ne gu krata so wotopeten ye de brand men so yetimi abobi so e de amawo no mamenka o aya na ahwe so se de be ya betimi di etu anamo ebraso se be kwakọ no yakọ akọfa abefonten tankasi no so kwankwa nuase wonsem Rapapa Fatisha Boli, why a crowd, so they bring in Trinity.
Yamfa trends and to us so now Munino weekend mu follow ya social media dia na muhu dia na ekoso tamle nyina na a year flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress John Dramani Mahama and okache Ghana for dwumedie no ase na mo launch omo 2024 campaign no and okaise Ghana for me gina ha me shamobo sa mo san eto abama me na me beye omampani a nukredie ena me de eba sa me ma embeka nkyira mo se meye we ewa abra menim se adekro no ebia ye ntumi nye anase ne ye no ebeye diana bibi na me de anu ane se me ka me ba me se a me nimpa se makomem no me ba me nya hui me mbeye sa de no enkyere mo dia metumi aye na me ka kyere mo se me ba me 24-hour economy me ba me legalize okada me ba me eno de ade a metumi aye intinu kredie na me de eba abebu oman no na okasa no sign so e kan ye se ni previous presidency no na challenges no draw so ankasa challenges no na ewo mu ankasa na sesi ade we hu bibia asu ye kama a obehwe ama impuntu abaga na ha na osan so ehye ese so odi nukredie ene prepare ye ebeba no eno ene beboa ama Ghana yetumi asesa yehyebre na afi no we go on a right path yede rescue o mine no na osan so eka say experience a wenya ewa bra na ote akonya ne so no aboa ne yie papa ama we hu say yes saa na amembo no etie saa na ekono we ya saa de we ya mistake we ye ne say ya na ye we hu ni nyina enti ene oba de a ene jai na osan so eka say he is very very determined to apply all the lessons na onya ye ewa bra na oye omampeni no moma yentie ensema ekoso tamale ewa bra na NDC launch omo 2024 election campaign.
I've been out of government for almost 8 years now. I did my best. I wouldn't say things were perfect, but at least we're making progress. What I can promise you is that I will be truthful to you. I will never tell you lies. I will never tell you things that I can't do. The problem with this country is that our policies are based on the short cycle of winning elections every 4 years. And we're not creating the foundation for this economy to take off. And so we're not making you promises. I'm promising you that I'll work hard day and night to make sure that we reset the fortunes of this country. 4 years of a good leader will make more impact than 8 years of a dishonest leader. It is not about how long you serve. It is about how well you serve. It's not about 8 years or 4 years. It is about hard work. It is about truth. It is about trust. And it is about doing the things that will create a future for our young people. And that is why the NDC is calling on you on 7th December to do your duty to your God and country so that we can turn this nation around.
Happy FM.
And you know, a year NDC flag bearer John Dramani Mahama and Amuti Sokas and commented by any ni say Nkuma has to be the measure. You are not a force in the equation. Sule say, Mr. Man, don't even waste your time to explain anything. The reality is on the ground. The reality is on the ground. They can continue to deceive themselves. Al Hassan say, I nearly voted for JM until I shouted, God save me, and I realized it was a dream. Never again. Frank, I see, really disappointed in this government, but JM is not the alternative. Charlie, we are tired of all of you. Gideon say, are we seeing a new person? Is it not the same Mahama? Ntisa, and our questions, omo ebisa. If you want to make yebeko akofa other trends, atwa so. Na yekofa atwa so a na meba I they say
Happy FM 98.9.
Yebetwa so Isaac unim de ekoso asasi so yentwa so flag bearer of a year new patriotic party Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia we ni ana msimuji 25 iba kuma me anka asem we nya amba Dr. Mahmudu Bawumia eno no nso o say a year criticism sa NDC for de mano ka ne ho nsem about especially ne a year proposed credit scoring na o say o de ba e beboa a year Ghana for no o say mo angasa no monte ase credit scoring na me de ba no monte ade na se enti mo keka de amope na mo nim se yetumi ede sa vision yi ebe mu a ebebo amamanfo enya foundation a omodo be build omo digital identity address any ade ebeboa for efficient and inclusive financial ecosystem. Now osan so eka say the opponents in they are just misinformed and they lack understanding of credit scoring system okay. Now osan so eka say etumi ebe mu pa dia ebeboa Ghana's financial landscape ama na mitigate some of the risk and say lower borrowing costs na osan so kai say Africa hanum the rapid adoption of digital technologies Ghana edi enimu pa edi mu akotene especially with mobile money any financial inclusion akosopa over the past 7 years and testament say Ghana ya ready papa na osan so kai say the proposal here the buy among for do na NDC for na edi mu akotene mu di enimu and na chese omututu gum na enye na aye say na omonti ase na obeto nebo na wetumi a church mu ama mu ate ase na we no Dr. Bawumia ko on Facebook and okotro nsem egu honom ten eja doctor wenya a PhD otro a paper imagine more than 10 pages and your tro no na okotro egu one amanfo se wo de yenko ho so no aba betwe wono ani Facebook dia ene yenko na yenko ka bibi emfa ho ene comment ne ba etema na di nkan okoya no say they understood but no jobs. Who gives credit to the jobless and also maybe because of track record? Why can't records they can't trust? SkyTrain, Bao, cement roads cannot be seen and rent advance promise and the dollar is still on the run. You see, credibility at stake. Maybe that's why, please. Stephen said, this man, does he even understand the state of Ghana? Edwin said, Mahama did not mention Bawumia's name at the campaign rally. That is maturity. But Bawumia will mention Mohammed's name even if he's on top of Samira. Oh, please, come on. That's not right. Louise say, Bawumia's name, okay. Bawumia's name was not mentioned at the campaign launch. But when he meets his KG1 supporters, Mohammed's name will be their topic of discussion. Sasso and others, comment Waha essay. Louisa essay, Bawumia's name was not mentioned at the campaign launch, but when he meets his supporters, Mohammed's name will be their topic. Intisa and comment etia aha and mede a year trend ABC.
Fati, me no was the trend aba na ensema hodo no bebre no aho a na ebedi ehon ko menka o se ene yene asamufo mienu anopai ene yene omo tenase na yene on adi enkomo efa ensema hodo a na otwetwa mu koso over the weekend ensemo e koso nyina no ene yebenya ntoboase na ya doso nsem no mu na nchiremu bi ewo mu bia no yape na yaje amanfo so adwenkyere edi accounti wadwenkyere ho hia tena ye kanfo ama o se dan nyina no bomodia fo ani hwe ha odi ani hwe ha ensemo e koso obia no o wa akonya se wonso betimi akere wadwene yene owura Emmanuel Parajan wono ene esamufo edema the Daily Democrat asanso no owura Obingman wono esamufo edema the Ghanaian Publisher the Democrat womo ene asamufo mienu na no pa yene omo tenase na yene omo atwetwenko na mom wodi waso edi akire se wantimi antie anase wantimi ani akire memne de atwa mu na menim se kwase da wate ho nsem bi menim se ene edwada ye ka ho nsem ye bebobo ho a ensema hodo pinu ano na mampanyini dada John Dramani Mahama obra omo da omo campaign no akiri omo da campaign na die no wodi tudwa a na wo kire mu nsem a enema oba obetimi aya ma Ghana fo enema obetimi ediama ensachra aba Ghana fo asetena mu ensem bebre no ano kan mi nimpa se watibi de wote ye no eye wo de so eto wasom so ebetimi akenya wo amo akwa akoto aba Nyankopon dum a December bosome ne de toso enson na obi ebobo say rent scheme there ewo ho mesrew wa if you've not attempted it. So I at least I know about 3 people who have used it. I know about 3 people. Yes, personal person. I know about 3 people who have actually used it. And so say unkonko attempted so bit me UCB. and it's has a year jaika. Nemum, the point that unia jumaya credit score no dia nebe yo. I think that's the point that we need to critically take a look at. Is that say even if a credit score ye na say unni adwuma on a regular basis be ma osika na okokoje phone no a na catch us on a monthly basis to be den wetua because not as if you discount no man as you the product in amount because your credit score no yenko it's also because you be able to pay the premium one and that's on tier the particular article no the man but Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said Ghana for be no montiase we will wait until Sabia or no abetimi anya ntoboase ya kiretire mu yi and I know say all born to en into abo nyina no yade a obetimi anya ebre no Ghana for di eho enkomo but Ghana for some can just Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say the fundamentals on fix your fixia credit score wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, of course.
It wouldn't be an issue if the fundamentals are fixed.
Yeah.
Credit score wouldn't be an issue.
Of course.
Prince.
Of course, could you? What can you? Ni nyina ne say obebunu no ana obia no obenye djuma no aye.
Yeah.
Could you say ye edjuma you tua ne sika mpimpimu say ye de tua ne kakra bi o say de tua ebia minimum bia no. Eno an say wo sori a okoba na owo eye stable job. Could you ye kan edjuma na o say ne ye betimi anya bia la passe bia ye. But so nipa no e was stable job, no was stable income. Enti no kwajo se me wadwuma na bosumi bia meje akatua. Metimi afa madwuma nkrata no e de akobank se me yadwuma wa ha o kwajo Sefah Insurance Company. Enti moma mesika na memfa ye bibi bosumi bia metua.
Enti sa insurance no wana kofa bae.
No say ne wote adwuma no o ma. So no ma.
So what's behind enko and as and
and children.
Okay. Okay. Now me so me ma ye me ma nko an.
And son,
obi a obeka sa bia.
And sons be on him.
Obi obeka sa bia on ne ma mema.
Yeah, but na ma wo but on ne ba be ma.
Oh, Debbie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ebia, she's speaking from experience. You cannot doubt that.
So I say, enti no eno an say emebunu no e was stable job. E be mo stable income. De omo abeye wa kire ni nchen ne de e omo a but e say mebunu and look let no politician deceive themselves say this crop of young people no they are lazy. They are not lazy. No one bit. If you selected few be lazy. But I dare say 80% of Ghanaian youth they are not lazy. Mojuma omo beye pa. Oh yes, mojuma omo beye. Ebia ebi mu de on be pese omo pe decent job. Say wa born tie ene ni suit wa she kama. O de ne niema call laundry wa born tie efe. Wa gieginem na okojuma ebi mu pesa. Ebi mu bepe but say ye bi adwuma. Na afi say me wo fa asefo ne me nanfo mma ne ade a ene abusuafo a ewo chebi. Factory bi wo chebi. Eye afa mabunu eye adwuma afi say omo nsore nkoye. Ombe sorry akoye baby a omo sorry kwotena da esan se dwuma ni ho ekobo spa ekoto nte ekoto ludu ni ade no omo be jai because factory bi wo ho a emo adwuma e de aye enti young people of our country ehia adwuma credit score ye nyina nim okọ advanced way a credit score wo ho a even there certain African countries are credit score e bi wo ho.
Yeah, because South Africa is there.
Of South Africa wo ho. Kenya.
Yeah.
Say wo ho. But onya juma, you can't walk into a shop in Kenya.
And say farmer me.
Say me nya juma. Me ni sika bia. Me ni hwia me ye, but me pay iPhone 15 Pro Max. Enti farmer me. Na bosumi bia no. Kenya for musika na yesen. Shilling. Kenyan shilling no meba betua ebia 500 and 1000 So nipa no wajuma ena confidently obetimi nti ma yajuma nye fix the fundamentals na economy no enyina baabi eye enti ejina na niam de da na kwan mu dia I can walk into Samsung my brand okay say Samsung put their partners no my normal niam I can go to their shop na makose me kwa koji me kojia because me say me yejuma enti me enya etua.
Well, Fati there was some but this doesn't in 2021 no and 25 then go aje
Sefah yemfa 3,000 8,500 nkwaji 21 no. That is also another thing we need to look at. Se nipa no nakotia no eda forma. There are certain things that still with a great credit score no they cannot afford.
True. Because
on Emma Nisika no say 1,500 2,000 averagely no it's like 2,000 average salaries. Emfa nkwaje iPhone 15 Pro Max.
So aketua so here.
Exactly. A month no be also 2,000. Emma Nisika no nkoka 1,000. Nti aketua ehu here.
Okay. Aketua hu here yebekwa aba ensema hodo bi a owura Mahama editu dwa yebebo so yeba ye ne mpanyimfo betena se na yedi eho enkomo. Enti de mum yentie we yetie we ba yentie da bi yenkoe wonim se nei no yenkoe ye gina mu sa akopembra no nkromebo yenkoe kra odi TV me ba.
They are living in a dream world. They are living in a fantasy world. Because if you are not living in an illusion, when people are hungry, how can you tell them they are satisfied? Puma and the Nyale. And the Nyale. Kakum Malma. Kakanti Yelmana and Teriga. Then we can feel the pangs of hunger, and yet this government tells us we are satisfied, and that never in Akufo-Addo's government have people gone hungry. Meanwhile, the statistics clearly show that 8 million of our citizens last year in 2023 went 24 hours without food because they couldn't afford to buy food. Meanwhile, the statistics tell us that almost 2 million of our young people are sitting at home. They are not in school, they are not in education, they are not in training, and they are not in employment. They are just sitting at home idle. And most of them are still living in their parents' houses because they don't have an income to be able to start a life of their own. The statistics tell us that unemployment has risen from just above 8% in 2016 to 14.7%. And yet, they say things have never been this better. And they have the audacity to compare themselves to our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. How can you compare this useless government that has led Ghana into such crisis to the government of Kwame Nkrumah? The statistics again tell us that things are not well with this country. All the statistics. For a government that said it was going to come with an economic wizard, an economic guru, and that is the reason why he was being brought to stabilize the economy and stabilize the currency. To take the cedi from 4 cedis to 16 cedis and tell us that, clap for us, we've done well. If such a government is not living in an illusion, what else is an illusion?
Happy FM 98.9.
Yeah, and some be na mampanyini that John Dramani Mahama wodi etuja ewo eyetamale no ye no o se Ghana for come dien papa o se ohun aban bia oba be disu aban komade Ghana for chin NPP abanyo ko ni da ezi se omunya hwi na omote omsori a omo se yemfa omo aban ene amamu a omu buo no emfa toto Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ho Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah bre we asem a ora John Dramani Mahama ibusa obusa se na ekomo na Ghana for omo sa bre na ekom do omo na se ekom enne omo se amamu fo pa na NPP aban no womu abu no we asem o kan me paraphrase di amount me bono tofa di amount tie bio wo se ensefufuro bi ho pese oka e de kire Ghana for muntie we.
Several years ago, somebody came and said, try me. Monsomenshe. The result is what we are seeing today. Today, another person has come, and he's also saying, try me. And he's saying the same things the one who has helped to put us in this ditch was saying 8 years ago. And what they say is that if after 4 years I don't do well, change me. The youth of this country don't have 4 years to waste. The youth of this country are in a hurry to create the opportunities that will make them live a dignified life. They're not going to try somebody and after 4 years decide whether you should continue. The youth of this country want an experienced hand. They want a safe pair of hands. They want a hand that they have seen do it before to come back and take this country and rescue us from the mess in which we have been dumped by the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government.
Happy FM 98.9.
Edie ai ochamyanim asemka wose masomua wose ebre bi duruya oman amanyosemu ne abato nsemu no panyinu bi baya na woka akere Ghana fo se Ghana fo yi momodea na monsomenhwe na monsomenhwe a mo a mobehunu se amamuo bi ekina amamuo bi ena Ghana fo enya ne mugidie ena wo mo eto aba edema no saa panyini no ayeka ne ho asemi eye mampanyini Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Wose sohwe no a wo mo anasa Ghana fo so ne hweye no esunsunsanso de eda obia ni mu a obia de nani kurotwa wisi etimi ehunu bie se enema mu ayedene ahohehia atete ena Ghana fo enamu ebio wose wo foforo bi nso aba wono nso ne nsem a woka ene se Ghana fo yi monsa na monso menhwe o na monso mehwe a ai metimi aboa amankoso mpuntuo yeyo ahohane aba omani mu wose sansem no munya hwe ye hu esense de edi kan no empanyifo ka sem bi se wo kwasie da be ye oda aya hwe o memene da anwumre na memene da anwumre na anya ode no na o san kọ ama wonya ni da so bi se wo kwasie da ebetumi ayode wose da bi enya de a ebe ye ode sa enti sansemo a obika begina ka sa ene monsomenhwe no de di kan ba ye ho adansedi krata da ho nti obi begina monim ka kire mo se monsomenhwe a aya no ma ya hweye ai ti ye nmu ensem ne bia mampanyini dada John Dramani Mahama wode tudwa wo bra memene de atwa mu no wo mo ekokopie mu e wo Tamale eye Northern Regional Capital na wo mo ede campaign womo eba beyo omo pa ho entuma ede kire Ghana fo no na empanyimfo bebre no kopie mu e odwumadi na se a womo so ede omano disema hodo etudwa se ye tenase na no payi a ye ne asamofo no ebedusudusu nsem no mu wo so adwenkyera wo no betimi dia bayenko Facebook na wo so adwenkyera wo no betimi agya wo ho ye bekenkan ni nyina ede ama atiefo nyefo mameka so betwe ho ba yetwe ho ba ensema hodo ne gupuno so ebedi ho nkomo na emu mansa be kro no Abrante.
Yes, sir.
Dance.
Yes, sir. We dey bibi kakre bi mama be.
Mama anybody te eduasa.
Medase pa na nyina ne se menua pa. Menua papa na memende etwa mu kopie mu ewo abetifia ewo Ramsia ewo abetifia.
Ramsia how you come on?
Yes. Share
come on.
Share na sofotare anti Collins boame. Share na sofotare kama anti minua
enti asafo maame ne gina ne nchen
asafo maame ne gina ne nchen enti minua James Kofi owo Ghana Atomic Energy Commission hono ye djuma
okay
ono obeye djuma no asan yosofo
party
enti eho eno wo na eja ye share na asafo tare kama enti na first time na ye friend Reverend eni enti ye wie na me se ne ujam gina hoy na menyi mfoni enti nyankopon hyira no nyankopon ka ne ho ye congratulate no boys ni nyina etai na chi a ye de empire bo betai na chi na ni ministry no ebetimi akwani mu pa enti enchi bia akwadwo ye be post ni amana ne congregation na ja ono a na ehwe so ye day to day running of ye bibia enti owura Reverend James Kofi one asafo maame Mrs. Christiana Taylor Kofi me mamo congratulations.
Yo, yate.
And congratulations in Kwaneko.
It is coming from Kwame Eugene and it's titled Wish Me Well. We nyom kama and out of pay yemfa and twa jumadi and so na onim say nimpanyin for na etnase na ye di enkomo and a couple of messages that I've been receiving privately. They are telling me as if you hit the nail right on the head. It's answer if the fundamentals are not fixed, if fundamentals are not right, you cannot bring in exchange it's called credit score, exchange credit score. You cannot bring in a credit score issue. Let the fundamentals be right. We have high unemployment rate. We have high inflation rate. Exchange rate depreciation high on my. How do we fix that? Said there be a man for bit me scampo or monsem cromonsem. It is some age maybe. I can try on some idea. Quite said da be a da a year a for any a year a juma penny for and temo. And no a semo or see if the fundamentals are fixed. You may not have any challenge with people having the money to go and procure whatever it is that they want to procure. A year or be man. What tenacity down pay. Name my yanton a year angel cola. It's an angel cola. Jum, angel orange, jum, angel mango, jum, angel peach, and angel apple lime. Nina, jum, and you me a quack when you be at all. Now, when say angel drinks produce vitality and maintain fluid in normal balance, angel drinks are refreshing, invigorating, and exciting. Now, I don't call soft drinks beverages limited, and the angel drinks about a jumu nay, baby, I be a man for a dimrika who giddy and Missy Adana, maybe the mo coco piemo or tamalin in Potemwa. Now, say a giddy pa, man for a trogu, a angel drinks, so no amon no gna, educum sucum. Hey, I'm say, ah, Jedem betrans a pet. Member who the said there be a Ghana phone. One more person who to be a cocoton bit me to be a quacoton, enya a so and for pudu pa. Open the door so pumotua. But Modiana fretted from Hume. Nani Adonko Soft Drinks Beverages Limited. Any in Kitahus here. 0244 832286. And I say 0507 878668. Angel Drinks as it tastes like our day. Now I say Ed papa. Unzen koda so diom ka say our day na say any jenkwa say what the angel drinks so touch ma so na ni jenkwa. Mamenka o say dwumadie ya to din Global Crusade with Kumuyi koso kumase no eguso ekoso ene ni ochenan ene dwumadie ni nyina ba na wie yentimisra wo a wonkuku pie mu baba ya Sports Stadium na woni Pastor Dr. W.F. Kumuyi enya eyenkita hudi na sensa wo so no modia na kokko pie mu se de be ya obenya wa yaresa obenya ofa ahudie na ensentrene nyankopon ahyede ama wo no ebetimi adadi e wo sa adwumadi na se amenka we modia na be pie mu hoy na onso beje nyankopon ne nsam enhyira we de kan kra Pastor Dr. W.F. Kumuyi edine ni akere Ghana mu a odi nani akere Kumase na no Asante Manten kropon mu no ene ise woni agiri form wo ho omo kwa koton nsa no madidie wo mpa bomu omadidie e wa konkyere mu omadidie e wo gidie mu na nyankopon engosra etumi aba agiri for eso misraw enyu hu mfiri mu bomodia na bra be piase na wo ha obi eda so obia no dwumadie ni nko na wie de nyankopon adom aboa se de be bitumi eyi efiri ho ede amawo. See you there. Mamenka obio say happy 98.9 FM. Dwumadie kase a yedie dwumadie danso a yedie edi aboa yenuanu mu a wo mu edi edemu no ade a yeguso a yebo ho dawuru edi akere wo yenim se empempi no aya na yenuanu mu madi dem no isanse tebio mu nti na o mani so ade hunu bi ado o mani so ade bia na nkesi o mani so se ngombetimi aye edi aboa wo mo ho edi aboa busua no etoda na kamia ise eya akachire entiene no yatena se ya ne ahwe mu anti as part of our corporate social responsibility happy 98.9 FM no yade a yene aboafo ahodo a wo pese wo boa yen no yede wo akona kra na anyante ase se ene yede emo ahodo asi ho a yede boa yen nuano mu a wo adidam wo man mu wo wo ni tuade hunu bi a wo pese tumi eba mu ema wo no won na yene wo edi sankomo yi wonu so bi wo ho a wonya temi dase abrawa no afa ne kra wodidi mrika e ba beje wo wonya bibia enya ade a bibiara si na ni so pese oye what is ye ko amanfo muano a no dimirika gidigidi oba bepeda bi ye ne nya ne sa ansa kransa na yɛde mmoa no bɛma wo no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi ehunu wo yɛtumi yɛ nhwehwɛmu ansa kransa na yɛde mmoa no de ama wo sɛ so dwumadie na aka kyerɛ sɛ wudi na yɛ no korɛ sɛ wudi anaasɛ ɛnyɛ no korɛ sɛ wudi ansa kransa na yɛne wɔn bɛboa no akɔtena seɛ na yɛde mmoa no de abrɛ wo anidaso aba ama obi wate sɛ woyɛ obi a wopɛ sɛ wokɔ sukuu woyɛ obi a wosua nsɛm no adwuma bi woyɛ obi a wodi wodwuma na ebia ohia mmoa bi a meka me nuanom a wɔn adi dɛm kakra ohia mmoa bi a ɛwɔ sɛ obetumi aboa anaasɛ betumi aka ho ama dwumadie a wodie no atumi awie pɛyɛ no ɛyɛ happy 98.9 fm yɛde sɛ dwumadie yɛ aba mesrɛ tete fa nhoma yi a mebɛbobɔ suo yi bɔ mmɔden a na twerɛ ɛto na ɛne ani nkita ho ɛwɔ saa tete fa nhoma yi so 0302 254 858 0302 254 858 tete phone number abetumi afrɛ na ɔne yɛn di nkita ho ɛwɔ so na ne ɛwɔ bia no yɛagye na ɛmoa ɛwɔ hɔ no yɛnso yɛtumi ahwɛ sɛ ebetumi ɛde aboa wo happy fm nimdeɛ happy fm ɛnigye nkoa na mamenka wo sɛ ɔman mu ha ɔbɔ ɔman mu ha ɛyɛ station baako no wagye si wɔ sɛ afe ne afe bia no yɛdeɛ yɛso dwumadie bi sɛ yɛyɔ a anaasɛ yɛso dwumadie bi sɛ yɛdi a yɛma ne mpa ho yɛntwentwɛn so daare da nyinaa no yɛma ɛyɛ saa dwumadie no si ani so yɛtumi ɛyɔ over blood donation a happy 98.9 fm every single year afe bia every single year yɛnka mfa ntuya ho na mmom baabi a no kora ne da no wode to a wonyɛ bɔne every single year bia yɛne ɛyɛ the national blood bank Danwell insurance so ɛso yɛasene da ne da nyinaa ɛma yɛde blood donation ɛbrɛ ɛyɛ Ghana fo nyina sɛ nyina yɛkɔ akɔ boa na yɛyi mogya kakra de atoɔ sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi de aboa foforɔ bi no mu a wɔn nso wɔn akɔ ahohihia mu a wɔn hia mogya na yɛde agye wɔn kwa na wonim sɛ afewe deɛ no bɛba so na mmom ntoma no a yɛpa ho no yɛbɛpa ɛyɛ afewe dwumadie no ho ntoma na yɛpa ho ntoma no on the 2nd of August 2024 2nd of August 2024 dwumadie no bɛkɔ so ntoma pa no a yɛpa ɛyɛ ɛho no ɛbɛkɔ so ɛwɔ 37 military hospital 37 military hospital blood bank park one car park one near the dwumadie no ɛhyehyɛ so 2nd of August 2024 nondu baako pɛpɛpɛ ne the dwumadie no ɛhyehyɛ so na onim say happy fm Downwell insurance blood donation driver yɛde brɛ wɔ afewe no bɔmmɔden ana bra fa ho bra bɛhyɛ dwumadie mu a brada bɛta yɛ akyi na yɛmpaw ɛyɛ dwumadie no ho ntoma afewe die no na wɔn so wobɛhunu sɛdeɛ ɛbɛkɔ brɛ ɛbɛdi dwuma no ne ɛbɛkeka ho wɔn so yɛasene mede dwumadie no abrɛ Ghana fo nyinaa yɛatwi mogya de agu hɔ ne yɛde akɔkɔma national ɛyɛ blood bank ɛno no ne nyinaa wobɛtumi ahunu bi 2nd of August 2024 11 am pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛwɔ 37 military hospital blood bank car park ɛhɔ ɛne ɛkɔ akɔdi dwumadie no happy fm nimdeɛ happy fm ne gye nkoa Danwell insurance if it must be done it must be done well tie na yɛmfa nkɔmɔtwetwɛ no nhyɛhyɛ so ɛnɛ anɔpɛ yi mpanyimfoɔ mmienu a anaasɛ samufoɔ mmienu a ɛne ɔmo tena aseɛ ɛdi nkɔmɔ ɛyɛ owura Emmanuel Oparijan wɔno ɛyɛ samufoɔ ɛde ma Daily Democrat san so ɛna owura Obi Manu ɛyɛ samufoɔ ɛde ma Ghanaian Publisher na ɛnsɛm no n'ahyɛseɛ nyinaa no ɛno ne yɛtie bi na yɛmmra.
They are living in a dream world. They are living in a fantasy world. Because if you are not living in an illusion, when people are hungry, how can you tell them they are satisfied? Puma and the Nyale. And the Nyale. Kakum Malma. Kakanti Yelmana and Teriga. Then we can feel the pangs of hunger, and yet this government tells us we are satisfied, and that never in Akufo-Addo's government have people gone hungry. Meanwhile, the statistics clearly show that 8 million of our citizens last year in 2023 went 24 hours without food because they couldn't afford to buy food. Meanwhile, the statistics tell us that almost 2 million of our young people are sitting at home. They are not in school, they are not in education, they are not in training, and they are not in employment. They are just sitting at home idle. And most of them are still living in their parents' houses because they don't have an income to be able to start a life of their own. The statistics tell us that unemployment has risen from just above 8% in 2016 to 14.7%. And yet, they say things have never been this better. And they have the audacity to compare themselves to our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. How can you compare this useless government that has led Ghana into such crisis to the government of Kwame Nkrumah?
98.9.
The statistics again tell us that things are not well with this country. All the statistics. For a government that said it was going to come with an economic wizard, an economic guru, and that is the reason why he was being brought, to stabilize the economy and stabilize the currency, to take the cedi from 4 cedis to 16 cedis and tell us that, clap for us, we've done well. If such a government is not living in an illusion, what else is an illusion?
Happy FM 98.9.
Several years ago, somebody came and said, try me. Monso Menche. The result is what we are seeing today. Today, another person has come, and he's also saying, try me. And he's saying the same things the one who has helped to put us in this ditch was saying 8 years ago. And what they say is that, if after 4 years I don't do well, change me. The youth of this country don't have 4 years to waste. The youth of this country are in a hurry to create the opportunities that will make them live a dignified life. They're not going to try somebody and after 4 years decide whether you should continue. The youth of this country want an experienced hand. They want a safe pair of hands. They want a hand that they have seen do it before to come back and take this country and rescue us from the mess in which we have been dumped by the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government.
And that's where we are starting our conversation from this morning. The youth of this country, they need an experienced hands. Obi a watimi aye bida, obi a wo amamumu suahunu a watimi aye bida. The question people are asking is say, wo ye no ekokosi sentia. E ma Ghana for catro say wa anye ne yie e momo pamo ma okoye. E me ne omo to aba ma obi fufuro. E na obi fufuro na ba. E me ne no wugina bonten ka say de onipa no eyo no wa anyo ne yie entiene no. Yensa anyi ni mfiri ho na yemfa wo emra ema me dia de. Se do ba be dia de a eden na wo ba be ye ne fufuro e dia ma Ghana for nse bi mbusa no say wo ma hunu wonsa no adwuma deda. Enti eden e na be fufuro. Eye Robi Manu the editor for the Ghanaian publisher, the Obokrata na no pay watanase. Ye hwe ni mu say Europa region. Ba be ken so ye editor for the Democrat, the Obokrata and happy 98.9 FM. The happy morning show was good so Robi Manu watanase. Mama na chema na kwaba. Aja e mo achema kwaba.
Yeja kwajo.
Apumbo ko de.
Nyame ada Roma. Yakwa asen abaye de na bibia ye boko. Isan say enkwa ne hia.
No kre.
Se wo nkwa nkwa ade awade. Nti no ye mpai bo nyina se nyame nkoso na oma ye nkwa. Oma ya hoden. Na of course ye share na se do so do be koso ama ye opportunity. Na wa biebe kwan ama ye obia na eja na ye be koya no ye be koya ye de be koya no na ye bitua ye school fees. Be tumi aboabo ye busua ne kakra ye bitumi de aboabo ye namfo no. Nyame ama ni nyina ba be ye pe na eja. Yekwenu kakra. Je say kakra na akode ni musu.
Kakra akode ni musu. Je ne kakra no a atitire na nte ye de nyanya sanso ye bedu. Na yen hyan komotwe na semfam free de course so e wo tamale. Be me de twam. Me nem sensem pi no ano kan. But there were a key highlighter. A mampanyine da John Dramani Mahama bobo so. One of the things I'm a boss is here and say also Ghanaians need experienced hands. Is that what Ghanaians are really looking for?
With the message that was being Nansana or Parabet no.
Yes,
Pentecost, why late? Answer no better Nansano. Minister Shasia, assembly one person maker. Mean to menka.
Okay.
Na Yamekane say, or more Nana Kufuado. Abra oka say answer no be we any tenure no na Accra by the cleanest city in Africa no omo mudi say na omo a na do this dwumade ne show monsa no omo adi ne hwammo omo adi ne hwammo kese pa e na won say kwajo ye ka say ye be ba bia aye cleaner ye nka mean, mechanical has say, Yenka Trasako, Yenka Islegon, Yenka Roman Ridge, Yenka Airport Hills, Yenka a friend say, cantonment in Laboni Monet, Kahuno. Ye Cababia, ye nim say a hoye fimpa, na ye be 2 and a more. And pay me sorry na a domestic minister say, Obekwa crying to me, Fanon Sanamaba. Nti me 2 car, nti me free bear 6. Na kojo of opariso ofa to do our home. Now she a fear a wo. Now she send your ball a Google quiet chain. Now no your friend say Titus, Greater Accra Regional Minister. In fact, omo clean up
exercise.
A man can say omo moton ade o pavement so. Sometimes my nkasasa because you cannot pretend say onim ne ekoso. So we a minister, our Greater Accra. We a friend say MC, and I say we a mayor, our Accra. Na so also say unim ne ekoso our Accra Central. Then I'm afraid. I say you free ho. My goodness.
I support that.
Opare. Me say ubisa mo say nti say bisa bi o. Obi anka say obi amama na kwan no. Kwan two lane. Say my personal manaba back back.
Yeah.
Metika mene mo wife ye ko say eh wo de opa ma obi ye ba beto aba ma obi nka se ne omo ye ne enye once a political party akwakoso mu
98.9
ba chali say yansa we say suban we na mpanfo ya to aba ma omo say omo ni omo oman na anim sebi so omo mfa omo na ansi asifam na omo anja anhwehwe animu no te say bia omo say president wa na omo kasa akese a ye bekoso abrese a ko say de adwuma hye wonsa nipa na yesi enton ade o ha say na nipa na ba betena kwa hwe say o free fire service wo ho o fire service traffic light say o do wani na say wani hwe circle ha no
yeah yes
to do ho no car kese pa o bi twa picture kese pa ana kwan no he opare fortunate for us no baby a car no ese no o book careful akwa rubber bi nti kwan no wafa kwan no ama kiti bi a hoye bus stop ana che say ye ba across ye ba circle no
yitimi mofa
and obisa won say sebi o e ho so ne your friend say Greater Accra Regional Police office
nante
koko board ho and one ho
yeah
and then you ask yourself say so what kind of yenya den because one omampanyin ye beto aba ama no omampanyin tumi be show obi nsa so wo adwuma we na me dey ma so say ye
yeah
nti omampanyin no every in the office no no so obenji say adwuma nka ho ana Titus I see you doing to actual letter my Ghana mampanyin president Akufo-Addo me say me throw letter dey ma o for Happy FM so say in fact asem na car yes omo motor ade o pavement this no if you are really serious then act because it's not enough for you to say so be kan keke won say cameras in name na waka bia keke na wakwa akoda no because me no ka say amount for air ton ade o pavement so ama abro so saka na kra say pavement kra mpo de ba bia ni pa fa na auto by say no omo abaka akwan no mu I mean, yeah, come on. Na pagati I can say be amount for any nine, but I think this nonsense must stop. Yeah,
this nonsense must stop indeed.
Akwaba.
Me support me new bendi. Na no na so person western in there. Obo na Akufo-Addo times me bobi no. Because wo di djuma bobi no nya so yi na di. So what I say? I'm say ade ba kwa ama politicians need to me perform bebre ni ye say oh ebia me wo fani na me nuani ma da nti sa job script no e ma sa incompetence no e da no ho adi nti me dey me say me blame top no because in the life of the government in Senka one e wo sanitation because I know ye na da na come for 100 days nti after 100 days na who say
anya
adwuma no e hwa na nipa no wo dey say onyi ni fi aban mu kra yi ni fi ba bia for but obi at next time we do obi call her be say you obi in 100 days and I say in 3 months and I say 6 months it if say let us also blame leadership what can we be and I dey also can be we yeah they are not account I'll make it clean resource to the person no enko
now another strategy required to make it clean
yes abola ya na bola ya sa akoka wonya ba bi entungu
Ozana say abobo ya for no almost sabora na. Esan so muntimi mfa nko baby a wo so on the bora ni go ni to be hu kwanchen baby no mafia.
I'm dampo go baby. What a pity.
Yeah.
Assign a baller. But I believe that we are regional minister. Look, let us make this thing clear to our politicians. They should stop saying my ministry been to me koto. And memory, we. And they might more open.
Minister
what I say? What's it? Okoto.
To visit
all
projects are ongoing projects. I mean. All agencies under the person. But also Ranopa, Opari. Sorry, now that the sense be our pain into no police in count, no driver, and yet they be a private car be crumble, wow, private car. Now what them? But
Chima can be my
wow, private car, now what them? Now they waffle, just experience it. Don't make and roll glass crime mobile who say, just experience it. And marker be a new one, say be or mouse a special way to go. No, take your time, say, and now no pay, and then Jordan, I say, China. Banade, me call Accra Central. Me free fee be about 6:30. Na ma kwa what traders are doing. Near omo moton near mano.
Dear no more yo.
Dear no more ye. I mean, sefim. Ya say sometimes who are the say so really, you know, is there a leader in this country? Is there a leader in Greater Accra? Do we have your friends MMDCs in Accra? And you're bad, and more people, we all have our political affiliation, and everybody want their political friends, parties
to be in power,
to be in power for the for whatever. But and then so interest say be and yeah, me and count. I mean, what kind of life is that? Accra Center, just go and look at it. Why? Why?
The Central Business District.
Puto.
So I know
but that's the Central Business District.
Of course, resource no of course. I want a commercial center to be a but the one I want need. I want time.
Because all kind of Monday. Say inki sanka Sunday kranka the absorption say be Saturday there. Market no. Handy. I dey be one price.
Monday no.
It's principle sanka and run there. That place be clean. So what I say. And I'm say obi nyɛ adwuma yi. Obi nyɛ adwuma yi ada say in terms of resources. On first can ma. Onu say your budget say mutie wo Ghana hai. Your budget a sika bebe nyina bia be 20% and 30%. Eti dipa no say our budget say we e ban so na wo start e dey year ne be benefit one first. Ne ono de be turn fuel, or de be repair the car, no de be call conference, no de be tu kwan. What I say?
Zimbabwe. Nipa 7. Olympic Games.
Officials.
They were accompanied by 67
officials.
I mean, in a charter flight.
I mean, no, come on, Monfa, a sports in Ukraine, Uncle Bobin. What does it?
Monfa Monka.
Go and experience it and appreciate how things are doing. Officials, no. There be so your sports person no one qualify. Crowd, I say. No, the other choir. I say, be you can say, be your best studio. If you are main casao, let me teach you ha. Because na near my
casa air crop and get out the air crop.
Oh, there be said to train me for the future. What I say? No, official 67. I make say. I go for
get the athletes.
Be 10 class and can one kono ho.
One nyansa bi enim. Omi can pay sebi. Jimmy Sam nyansa bi enim.
Africa your lifestyle your portrait is ano.
Nyansa bi enim.
I don't know baby. But we need I say we should the institution must work better for us. Because your institution here be on now or monitoring the department or you may be it's a high time or baby I do know institution even department be a war
so municipalities no districts now they have somebody in charge of
monitoring ministry you know
they are being paid every month.
But the thing is
what the conference
wouldn't baby we don't need any new thing as far as policy, as far as direction, as far as probably human resources are concerned.
Yeah.
Because we have everything is there. Oko assembly bia, oko municipal bia, all but every municipal has a sanitation department.
Yes.
They have environmental department. They have a friend saying
the revenue department, planning and development department.
But actualizing their function for us, the public, to benefit,
So another ball game altogether.
Maybe Emra say beko Kumasi. You beko Tamale.
You beko Tamale. Brazil you beko Tamale. You beko Tamale anisa. Na ye fan komanju training so. The course so Tamale. Na oche every year the twemu na oche twemu na every year. Na oche twemu na every year. And the National Democratic Congress they go PM what Tamale. A northern regional capital. And one more aprobo and into aba one bebo. Afimu ye kwa koto aba no omo ekokoda na die omo kopa hontoma omo anana de omo pa hontoma as omo enhye ne de ne omo kopa hontoma e de akere Ghana for ne party atitafo nyina nti omo kopiem ho ne panyimfo bebre no na kasa ye na ye kasa ne no ye fam panyimfo no kasa omo kan ne nyina no a ahwa 1 hour no nsuan e be hia be 4-5 hours ne de ye analysis on that but key highlight ene ne anopai no yenyanto buase na ye do so do mu kakra bio ansa kran sana na wotwe ne beko na wieye no obeka ye ye futusamfo owura Dr. Amin Adams ekomrashe fie edi media budget ekokoto dwa ehon sensem asori na ebedi ehon enkomo minority members of parliament ene reporter ye Songo Lagoon salt mining hun concession hun sensem abeto dwa omzie report no ye dwene ho ayente ase ebinya ye emre ne ya do so do mu kakra Sitax Ministry of Education yani munhia esanse krata de baba tu mani mo se mon sensan so ne nyina yenye ntum ne mfa ne djuma no momfa mon sancha se signature nsa dia ene ye sensan enti strike aluta continua ayade akọ colleges of education omanmu a atreje for mo trade wo ho no enya de mo trade ye chase free tamale ye free soro ne dia ba fom Robin Manu de ko so tamale memne de twa mu no menim se wo de wani gro twa wisi edi akire o TB ensem afifi mu abanyina no ma menye odwe nkyere ho dama
ne di kan amanyoku me de me wogidie and me supporto anamontuo bia amanyoku bia betu a ebema on my Ghana ye kame ma menka bi no esipi no me supporto and ye Ghana hai se CPP for pe omompeo PNC for pil omompel your parties na be mienu abe NDC any MPP and a UP for the omosha say da NDC for na beto ye kwan mo na omo su NDC for nya hu say CPP for no sheda nya serious omo hu no omo ye na eja Papa J ba ya na ono so betwetwe otwe UP for no bi etwe CPP for no bi na ode form omo form ya ba benya amanyoku a friend NDC. And over the past 30 years, and some man you for me anyway, no, or money at me aboa. And you know, you don't want say, a man bringing or more share democracy in Mokena. You know, him says a couple of men technically.
Yeah,
not your quack. Into a party for in your more share. And NDC, Omo di can you a presidential candidate. As their constitution allows, or more opposition at 2 years to the election at least. So you are presidential candidate, or more yes, as I share all the processes leading to election 2024 now. Party net in so, or more executives, or more candidates, parliamentary candidate, or more presidential candidate, or running mate, and or more campaign ID, and I President Mahama Senior Meya Duma Omukwa down manifesto Swedi or Central region. By my view, Memphis said the two should have been combined. Nanka, you launch your manifesto and then the campaign. But maybe now, of course, Unisika Unye Niema Bebre, Uiska na Sebi Ochre, how much money you have and how you'll be able to do this. So I want to believe say resource is not an issue on the basis of what happened there because Nanka ubetimi a combine and actually cry yet say the campaign launch originally should have been in Central region and then maybe the party thought that no, the way the man is behaving in the north, if you don't go there, he will take over the north. So
but send run remember that I don't know so hobby.
Why
or Tifitu Mante.
Why
Dr. Mahmoud Bob.
They say
there was one of the papers I know compare the crowd Kukushia.
Oh, and you're not compare a party for you know in this game. I mean, maybe a lot on social media people were saying But me one constituency in your friends say Chiriponi and as a Kushewo. Or Modo so chain your friends say the entire NDC structures congregating in the Jubilee we say. But the thing is this, politics and psychological. No, I'm out for the cast and just to discourage you and to put fear in you. To send so going forward, General Mosquito, for instance, the letter to President Akufo-Addo said, Akufo-Addo mrabonte no me assure Ghana for say to aba whoever will win the election. Obejema. And I ask a question. Say, can anybody in Ghana, can any president in Ghana say yakwako to aba? 2000. Yakwa to aba. Me say a first round at NDC and say see firm no. When they lost parliament, I was at the NDC headquarters. At that time, a party general secretary, Hudiaya, and Vincent Assese, the late Vincent Assese, E.T. Mensah, the late, all the big guys. Also a champion, they were all at the party headquarters, looking at number by press conference ahead of the second round. They were, but look, Sefah Ulusu election. I say, a two maybe. The moment electoral commissioner Becca say your friend say abana ye to ya nipa 2 million to aba na say 2 million no emu 1 million 100,000 to aba e de ama Sefah Danquah say ome president of Ghana eno anon castinayo ya wie and General Mosquito he should be aware and he's aware. Say in present say. And the president, what has the president been saying? President is saying, "Obe hand you over, Ediama, Dr. Baumia." Now say Baumia winning, all hand you over, mano. And the president says, "Who MPP platform so you are supposed to talk to encourage your party people."
Yeah.
Say yenye jumadena akunyano ensanye den. Enka party no. You need or say well, of course, politics, and he was also playing politics. Now let's go to the issues raised. I'm for raise issues, and you can look at person by person or speaker by speaker. For me, the person who did not inspire, your friend, a professor, Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, she did not inspire me, and maybe other people, because you listen to all that she was saying. She was boring to say it bluntly.
Yeah.
Focus, straightforward. And of all the speakers, on open one mobile meeting. One mobile meeting, they will pay attention to what matters to her. But the rest, everybody. Baumia. Was it a campaign to launch Baumia? Or a campaign to talk about the NDC? Issue after issue, President Mahama, of course, had the privilege and the honor to declare the campaign officially launched.
Yeah.
And he raised a lot of issues. And obviously, free SHS was one of them. And I agree with him. Say, yebetu anamo na yebetu no, enye unyani nyina pepepe. Nanso no, anamontua bibia betimi aya sa hihye no ebe pepepe no fa de bra. And I wish Danquah this should have been his friends approach in relation to free SHS. Was policy no we ope wompu aba.
Yeah,
ewo. And there's no way oba ubenya akukuduro se untimi cancel. And Obia, it is politically wise for MPP to say one, you don't like the policy. And you're too about the mawa obe say policy. No, it is in order for MPP to be on the basis of the comment, on the basis of your friend saying, in Semawaka, any advert NDC about 41 advert against the policy. Fifi Kwete says a free education is 419. O President Mahama Oka say 2 billion
you not invest it in.
Free SHS.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
And then waka press conference. Waka say una di free SHS by. So I mean this kind of flip-flopping is not helping him. But at least on Saturday he was not flip-flopping. Saturday he was frank to say, look, say nyame do na moto about the mamia. I will improve the free SHS. And that should have been his approach from day one. So who says Sinto a woman say. Say there's a major issue in relation to numbers going. And so the government had to say, look, say we monko na omu we mo so let's have a double track. Into we mo kono omoma kwan na another set. No, I mean it in a way trying to accommodate everybody.
Yeah.
Into as a opposition leader and former president, say, look, I have noticed that infrastructure is a major problem facing the free SHS. Ebia feeding is a major issue facing SHS. Yeah. So say nyame ado na moto aba mame a mehwe 1 2 3 to deal with the feeding issue. Mehwe 1 2 3 to deal with the accommodation issue. So ukasa na people then begins to say okay, the man is making a lot of sense and he's making projections that say indeed he has the policy at heart.
So he feels that he's flip-flopping with the free SHS, you know, is not making him that credible. When he makes the promise,
exactly.
This is what I want to do.
People will still look at it from a different perspective. Say, it's just a vote tender he is looking for. And that's let me pretend. But he should have right from day one. They say, for the health insurance buy. At the time, the NDC in opposition led by Backben and minority leader Backben and the others, they walked out. President Mahama was one of them. 2008 campaign. President Mills delayed. Look, I say, look, Senyamia Dona Ghana for 2 about the manner. Health insurance no utua ba ko a untua bi.
One time premium.
Exactly. And that one, people, the insurance expected from the masa and all kind of sebi and indeed, it was in trouble because later President Mills admitted. So the point is that the policy bar. What say no? I say okay, so policy we are about airborne man because every politician, every president, every government has one thing in mind. Say, what can I do to improve education? If there's a policy, Emma Obia Timiko School, there will naturally be a challenge. And that challenge will naturally be about accommodation. And that challenge will naturally be about feeding.
Yeah.
And you know, but then I bet me to deal with those your friends and challenges. And for me, that should have been the policy, the approach that Mahama and his people should have taken long ago than the and the one other thing so kaya and getting accommodation for university students.
Yeah.
Because all the universities in Ghana, more lands. And so why are they not going into partnership with a private friends, developers? Because Operation Bia Memi wo misika $1 million, $10 million. Maybe a legon for Abaselu ura asasi we there. Let's go into this agreement. Ebi a obesi your friends say 10-story building at their mind. And I say be more as I say be 5 acres. Do a hostel facilities for maybe about 5,000
students.
5,000 students or maybe about 10,000 students. The agreement is that we are a sense so assassin India.
Yeah.
And I also want to do sika ba be shame. And either say you better 60% or you take 60%. Let's go into that agreement because every businessman wants to invest.
Yeah.
Sikano on person or the better because so person sikano.
So banfa so the man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, I agree with that policy. And I mean, when if the government is involved, then transparency will happen. And quiet to say be a university in obi akwa kwashe ukwana fe e chana obi yekwa ko chinchim obi sa no. There's a state involvement. And in the state in the back say sa your friends say hostel we say you see what UPSA, you see what KNUST, you see what your friends say
Maritime University.
Exactly.
University of Cape Coast.
Exactly. Yes, see in partnership with. Na efe ye de bia omo aboama university na akọso no ye de omodin atototo so. In a way no ebetumi aboama oman na atimi akọnanim. Nti that decision to say ebema universities for authorities in the private sector a partner no. It's something that I totally agree with him. President Mahama also can say office to enhance governance and at all levels, MMDCs should be elected. And I'm going to say, but Mr. President, you were here when the old man was determined to have this thing done. At that time, you were the leader of the NDC. You did not endorse it. Talking about the constitutional review, Professor Mills set up a constitutional review committee. Omo report by. You were the president. For 4 years, that report never saw the light of day. And so there are things we say President Mahama is in a very unfortunate situation because one, what's not going to 4 years. In your back biano, it's easy for people to go back and say
and reference.
No. Or can I say?
And then they say no.
To say a friend saying 2016. Okay, Ghana for say it is not enough to have 4 years. 4 years is not enough for any government to do anything. Or can August 2016, Abro share him for more chiefs and people of Elibo in the western region. At that time, and I occurs as him no. And also Niama Waye, and then she share in Niamo dear Guhono. 4 years ain't enough for any government to do anything. Now July 2024. Was your friend say 4 years is enough. You say some of these.
It doesn't matter how long you stay.
Yes, it doesn't matter how long you stay. I mean,
it matters the impact that you make on
because the campaign in the north now, and the reason why maybe you can't answer the first say among the northerners, because by the grace of God and all things being equal, the next president of Ghana will be a northerner. Either say or no President Mahama, and I say or no Baumia.
Yeah,
northerners have a choice now. Do they want 4 years? That is, if they go for Mahama, or they want 8 years if they go for Baumia. So 8 years, a best now that's against 4 years. So that contemplation and that issue is something that is playing on his mind. Oh, same baby Rokaya to say okay, say 2016 and 2012 say it's a MPP 4% northerners to Abama or more. They should elect his brother Baumia. Okay, no. Now they have elected Baumia. Now, what are you going to tell northerners again? Anyway, Waka said he will tell the truth. On intro, he will be honest and tell the truth. And that,
and that's my question this morning. Are we preaching about competency and the ability to do the work? Because Utieni Bio say, why are you going to be
experience?
Or experience.
Yes.
And that's one of the pillars that Ojina saw. Say what they born to a catcher Ghana for say, my be paying. My idea, my bita.
And indeed, people will measure and indeed, experience is important. But I am not too sure he can say, but Akufo-Addo came without any experience. President Mills came without any experience. Everybody will learn on the job. Of course, as a former president, some decisions that he may not repeat those things. So, I mean, he's at liberty to campaign on the fact to say, our experience. And that is obviously not in doubt, because what's not going to be so that into your case of experience, there will be no one him. But he has the mountain that is ahead of him to climb. Because in Senubia or Kayan, all those things are back and they are haunting him. Okay, I said 4 years ain't enough in 2016. Now, also 4 years is enough, and that the number of years doesn't matter. So were you lying to us in 2016? Or you were not lying to us in 2016? Okay, say your friend say you do a constitutional review, or you look at there must be a constitutional review. 2012, there was a review committee report. It was presented to you. What did you do with that report? But
on that particular score, I think that one of the issues that a lot of the people had as of the time was the executive sponsoring. Say ABI because it will be amongst political party lines. I mean, Ubukako say NDC and I say NPP. Konako an MDC, MMDC. That was the issue. I mean, you may recall the matter was even sent to court. But you see, as of the time.
The thing is that you say,
what at all could you have done?
It goes to confirm the level of Nyachimaye as a people. Opare will tell you. Opare will free. So into what down for no operator. Correct. Obeka chiro so ukwo hwe assemblyman bia as man or woman. Hwe onfa NDC colors say red wom, black wom, green wom, white wom. Into bo say NDC colors no afa baako. No wa embody no there anymore. Uhu anyo bia na beka chiro say NDC preferred and I say nipa no gina ho no or you affiliated to NDC. MPP colors. Obo wa ne de background no any blue, no no she white or she attire white. And you be no be catch so or you MPP ni. So this hypocrisy, we should stop it. For me, if the parties want to sponsor, let them sponsor, but it should be an elected one. Was me what GDS say ya to aba your friends say MMDC say okroma say ya. Anka GDS say ebi anipa ye beto aba ma no to become your friend say mayor of Accra. Obetimi aba catch them say I should vote for him on the basis of the fact say waba nkran ayekama. You can't say that because Accra, your friend say Komokwala, Accra Central. Go and look at the condition, the sanitation situation over there. For the political party, Bauko, your friend said the mayor of London on your Labour Party ni. At a point, Boris Johnson was a conservative person.
Conservative person, yes.
So it doesn't really matter much. That argument, for me, let elect. Even though I have my own observation as well, in my view, though, me GDN Senka, we should elect mayors for all the regional capitals. Now, maybe as a pilot, share how a mayor of Kumasi will manage Kumasi. If we are successful, then we can extend it. So that maybe because you can say be a share that enquire nimno because Accra, Kumasi and all of those things, they don't need boreholes. But oko snasi, oko biada, oko kato, oko jamdede, oko ayimum, oko your friends say
Nkrankwanta, Tivia, Chiapiase, and Tonai,
oko ho nyina. Sankrofona be was a crew ho nya, abene bepe, be nyina bepe boho, bepe KVIP.
Yeah.
And you know, me a meeting cry has said me here KVIP, me here boho. But obi or war your friends say obosomase obi or war nkasapen ene sankro ne be nyina be hia KVIP entino ye nyina ye need say different. So let people to run the regional capitals, mayors of the regional capitals, Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi. Of course we can add them, of course Temani second D, we can add them. But the rest of the districts, you know, to say Enketenkete Canada, maybe they can all still be under local government. But the big cities, Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, Brekum, Sunyane, they should be elected. They should be elected.
Happy night, 9 FM. That's Adventure Diabano. Orobi Manu, for the Ghanaian publisher, the Bokratano, Ura, Emmanuel Parajan, Atnase, Accra.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm free. Baby, you jan one.
Say tamale.
You got tamale. And you
say lunch no you more organizers na baso. Na you more supporters na baso. I think say bibia koyi ma obia de no sem etubia. But we dey ya ora mahama na oye the arrowhead. Nti ne de no obeka no. Eno na edimu because utie u follow America for year. What to say the two leading leaders no na what wonka.
Yes.
And to them says now they had the na obi a person attending kabi. So what na make sense. But I want in most the narrative is around them. So who channel no so be trouble. Na munya na more kon. And if you say Orama Hama or Kasafa education, Kasafa health, Kasafa agri, Kasafa good governance, no Kasafa economy and the related day. I'm saying he's still assuring Ghanaians say, look, Anka anya tu na mu tu mia, Anka ye ni baby away with the where the economy has brought us now. I will share Sisia Yanka Yedi, according to Bank of Ghana and according to Minister for Finance. No, they say Yanka Yedi 742 billion Ghana as a country.
Yeah.
Now, Fatama a buy we be far or your minor. Now you can't 122 billion.
Yeah.
And see, we share the difference of 640 billion. Now, Matisse as Minister for Finance, out of Sawe, no, CD depreciation, 22%. I sometimes let us do the argument for no perspective.
Yeah.
They say if I say 25% of a car,
640 billion.
Emu 20% and not 25%. What does it?
10% is 6, 20, about 12.
Hanti if I say
23.
Yeah, we no, it's about 1 and something billion. If I say 122 billion now,
200 and
something here. If I say 500 billion, then there or just to say
a car,
and no there one through their own idea bedo. And no Orama Maka say you be economy na do na. Say ya sisa ama ya reset ya because in the last 6 months utie economists what you say borrowing na abano you start you call debt restructure no utie a car about within that period no kwana no be some success can ekwahi and ne ura portfolio your portfolio former chairman he is asking the same question says sika bebrebe na MPP buy na omabe borrow no
the end of the year.
What the year. And I also want to share that view. Now, person say because here we share Nancy Omakobuye factory. It's about $3 million. Now we share factory no kasiye. And it's an year. Nancy awoye bypass bi wo udu apeja bunsu janse to be precise. Once a bypass o ha
and Timono.
Ekwa kodu kono wo. $100 million. Into share project now $100 million no. What the ba CDs ma. There was a baby 1 billion number. I don't be mass mama.
1.5 billion.
A billion. What does it? So share 1.5 billion in your area. Now share a car or my we are boy in the last 7 months. Then you ask yourself, say, can I day away? Which is the new question for everybody to ask. Because as at 2016. No man yanka edina see yanka edina 122 billion.
Yeah.
Yanka revenue enka ho. Yeah, because in most cases no Bosia Bono is geared towards a certain developmental agenda. Eti obi bobi se bebre kra anka enima bususa na ka se de kabaye ebia so many billions kra utwa wani a
ohubi.
Eti be ka se na se we wo ho. Akoso bodama Ora Dr. Kwame Nkrumah here bepimne.
Yeah.
We are still proud of that project. So what I say?
That's evidence of the investment.
Evidence of the investment. We hear secondary school sir. Ora Nkrumah buebuye ya. You could see it there. A champ for buy over here estate bi o. You say dan so man money ade a obesi e. Utwa wani a hu say we wo ho. Utwa wani a hu say o. Lord Kwan we around say yeah kolebu ni the double road ni. O say the double road Accra double road once at the buy. Utwa wani a hu. What I say? Now, in the last 7 years, if so much has been borrowed, now and I am thinking, say, they should begin to give us cost of our project better. Sir, so I say 22 billion, 22% year, and CD depreciation, NIS.
Yeah.
So the others no way. You can't just come and say something, say, where they make Canada frontier say. The remaining one na CD depreciation no. Because what the 122 billion. Assume is anka will buy a crop so 2 years in a few. Anka our debt should still be around that range. So what Bobby now they go to that into you are still dealing with the Enti that would be revenue improve you go there. Enti ni nyina ye ade afo say e ha manfo. And to stop it, this Abana also they is voted out to bring a new government. That's why they say let us change to reset Ghana. And I think it's on point because scanning in about and still any businessman you speak to, ne capital.
Guta has consistently been saying this.
Was
it close to about 30% of
everything is gone. What does that? Yeah. So why do you want to continue to deplete in investment? When they compare it with other government and then anya kura no sika no de ede e wo ho minim say bia wudi dwa na say bia nema nkoyi o capital de ede e kura but this time for capital kasa ede ahye minim wo eton koko nya e bi capital ahye koko se say kubedi koko nta e lozi
ahoro paraja na say koko de nka won say won tomoka won tomoka
hwe busia ma ba wo de te ho no hwe koko won say na ebro no ebro bag obi oto ebro bag bia be 200 Ghana 300 Ghana that's a ton 1,000 something auto sugar ni the price on say sa crofo no sika no sabio en na hokutu ye dandan no what does say ye dandan and anytime wa was a category no ma ye o dandan sika no the moment a cost component bi be ye baka so uye kohwini eso unye kohwini because of drivers they push it to they are able to stay into business kakra because one they always adjust their fares to reflect the cost spare parts and the money are there but kokora it can take you years to change bro for the man adopting new strategy be fine pa ebo what bro so o say 10 cities I will go and buy 10 cities but we no so ati
yeah
e bi so ha near 10 cities na nka bia na say 10 cities
but gonna back is 15
say what I say into one they also adjust it to but koko for na now say won eto koko no na ye level no enti uye bebre meja o akopa brode bi da koto dwemu aye alternatives no e wo ho for no beto koko no enti everybody is suffering based on the performance of the economy enti ama enho abaye say hey what can we do as a nation because the first 4 years okay, let's give the party another 4 years. But the second 4 years, like worse. And it's presumed, say, still no solution. Because the solution was the last time we were 122, no, they debt restructuring.
Davi.
So what does it?
Davi.
The para bobisia bo and over 500 billion. Who know the aye. Was a piagana for you sika. Over about something 13 billion dollars. And they are share a boise. Says Sikana say Bianca 2% per annum. What says can say me mama huskebia. So those people, what should they do? Now they should still allow you to be there. Let somebody come and the person will be more considerate. What I say? Like I say, okay, I'll begin to look at my expenditure. I'll begin to look at my income. Moi musika oh and I say yamma cedi no kra den enye stable. The cedi has been depreciated from 4 cedis to 20 pesos. To almost 16 cities now. Eti, oye den kra onyo bia o. The last time I listened to Nkofo Ekoshia Dr. Bami Okumase, and I like the way they spoke to him. I say, businessman for you bia akola. Se kaso bia akola o businessman, you understand. Eto oye bema no why there no afọ. Ghana adwuma for a businessman when you now. So when you now there afọ. Esa the fight for unemployment no. On the ultimate is you creative wealth. You creative jobs. Ni ebema you to make creative jobs no. And on our say no. It not say you as a government no. We thinking no ye day. And this is the question that people ask. And Roma say, let me come and reset because he has done it before. Even though at the time of inflation, we 15% number 48. Inflation rose to almost 50-something% under this government. Yeah. Oh, yeah, COVID here. If you say, Sabio, we are near. And I say, Ope will be the way for us now. And the BBC, I want to refer to Adiana Ede. Esino. Sa Ebia Oko school one time, you said, be about here, you don't go to hospital. One time, Tinyamia don't say, want you can say, one time, one to school. And therefore, you couldn't write. To modern Bonan, sir, you repeat you. Or be man, walk on him. 1 year on walk next level. What's up, baby? There be a why we used to cool, or none of to her. Who have been men with TV, sir?
Enye me modern ba.
Enye me yare na. Yeah. I mean.
Those are also statements of fact.
No. Theo, look, you say perpetually. When some MP for buy no, they were using NDC as basis for their inefficiencies. Oh, and they buy an NDC for buy you have 2 inflation, 15%. Interest rate was around 30%. CD was for what does it?
But those were facts.
No, that is the base. I know they say accounting for what I say. Yeah, accounting report here. The baseline it will by baseline they will be at to send CD near for 20%. Now your mind your idea 122 billion. Yeah, it no na be baseline. And then major 122 billion. You should tell Ghana say, so 122 billion on the giant. Why you incompetent as the sana na work on. So we have reduced that debt by be 30%. And they say yakasa o man we yakasa no. Yanka ye di nyina ye bia 92 billion. And I know shows you say yes, o ye adwuma. Now what to 122 billion. Why jump to 742 billion. People will ask, that difference of 640 billion. Says can away. Was it 22% here? The city depreciation. I don't say you are exposing yourself. Because for the city to be stabilized, the responsibility of the state. It is a judge when I say one man and create the necessary environment. So one district, one factory, and a sikai de go banks. And I always say it. When I started saying, people thought say, sometimes you don't need to be that expert to understand. Why do you carry money about 22 billion? And at that time, $100 man. It's about $4 billion dollars.
Well, about we spent 25
billion. Okay, South there's $5 billion. Why do you use $5 billion to cripple your banking setup people and let people be redundant and people unemployed? Now for the now we're over 3 billion in the next 5 years after. Satam. So was directed to one district, one factory, one constituency, 1 million mu. And one pushes Kenya and I said you a bit more disappointed by not performing at that local level. That's what I say. But the very policy I would buy a crowd now would DH and one guy's a tough. The free senior high no kwana be ye ade I say and na MPP ni bia ye proud of me boa. And no cry his sky am saying less than 10 billion me boa.
Yes. Yes.
Inti next kana e den e boy. O ask. And sa 10 billion now must spend. It's not only from borrowing money. Our part of the money by constitutional requirement if yen kasa internal generated fund muneba anka abano should begin to more accountable to Ghanaians say Ghana fu ye betra so no in the last 7 years no yen revenue ye dey yen so nie pro ma hide revenue no what is the minister for finance about revenue ni din o all can debt no all can revenue kan o man ka what I say debt no kwan power kan kra no kwan people asking questions it they will hide the revenue it if you say our system of reporting or money no we should look at it again. I don't understand why I say Emra say get fund is this percentage.
Yeah, copy.
Health insurance is this percentage.
Yeah, copy.
What cap what the what cap to us here. Let the money go straight into that fund. Sikabi be food Ghana Revenue Authority be the system must be able to distribute the money to the areas. So you don't touch health insurance. If they have excess, that's what you should let it go into health sector. If it's get fund and get fund has excess,
education sector.
You should go to education sector because the framers of the constitution, who say, here says areas, education in health. I'm not says about 30% of our budget. Our budget.
Yeah.
So what I say, and here because the foundation is solid. And can you free senior higher as we speak, caterers can say abandon one car.
Food suppliers.
So what I say? So what do you meanwhile, I know so abana bakayo. So I in Fianco, I ain't kind. Why ain't kind pa or no? Now what you say? So which area have you performed?
And no now who feel say Abia or John Dramani Mahama will have an upper hand because he's had experience before as a president.
Yeah, and he did well. So how the resources. Normally I want to compare the resources. How the resources were utilized by him. And for that matter, no, the 4-year idea and say, no, see, 8 years, 4 years is not enough. ABR, it's not what the long you have, but the how you able to make use of the 4 years now. I still he has been consistent. The consistency is new. Professor Amos came in almost 4 years, but the program and policy were the two. To say he was moving Ghana, we had a single digit inflation under Professor Amos for a very long time.
Yes.
Yes. No near pushing. He want to address education. Then he moved to another sector like health. And look what health not start here. Then rose. But as we speak, in the 8 years of Nana Akufo-Addo, you don't see which area and Kasana Wakose had them a copama. Ghana for Chawenia. We feel solid. The place is solidly done. Free senior high people. Why are we still having double track? It's because commitment in your day. Anyway, so commitment to her. Anka sika ya yi bebrebe ya boroni internal one. Every school should not be doing double track. Buy another problem. Buy another for raise ye. Buy another for. I can say let us review it. No, review means cancel. But sanka review no buy ya. Anka I want to believe that about this I can say. Yen double track I call you know. Yeah, I'm for say be a no. Okay, feel. Now say nkola no shi obi a o say won ekọ day no. We shall now also yamakwan. Sometimes you have to check and find out
no cry.
Na no cry. Obo say oh, yes we no mutifie. Na won ama was so create leeway bi ama won so but near can say o man Ghana. You know, say if you are saying it shouldn't be in the hands of only the politicians to run this country. As I say, citizens now a woman so what I say, we should have a better way of telling them what yes yepe. Because sometimes or not the nadrin, even though it's a constitutional provision, but we should have to say nadrin na no more than say me in the panel. People cite the cathedral issue. Amount of money I call cathedral no say the mark school be created even preschool crown so we are using all this money to develop preschool and can be a do baby
339 million.
I mean it's huge. The educational sector no the change start from preschool to tertiary AU.
Yeah.
And Orama Ama is saying say why do we concentrate all our effort at one level? Yeah, why the progressive free education need? Because we thought say obi you here ni dia you cannot be a poor person when you are attending senior high. Your poverty doesn't end there. Obi or poor no. You says or poor. Ghana had the poverty cycle no. As I'm to break it back no. By 15 years old. It is obi a poor no identify at SSR. Some persons will do invest here. Or is Kenyan. You can't afford. Because the demands at the university level no. And what cries and any panwa benyinti ukra and imgracia be attach it with. Let us focus on the top as well. Let us look at the free senior high. If there's a review to ensure, say, look, we know people who can pay. The poverty surveys are Ghana Statistical Service. Nim one year here for Obi and the pay less than 1,000. I say Obi and the pay 5 for their Ghana. Of course, it's always nipa. And I can be
Obi or yeah. When I say because Obi and 1,000, I am not talking about people in the private sector.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
I'm talking about
government workers.
Yes, because there's a minimum wage.
Yeah.
And so
there's a minimum wage.
Yeah, but
education 1,000 cities. No, I'm not.
Our government worker.
No.
Unless you have not been employed by the state.
No, the state.
If you have been employed by Ghana Education Service, they cannot. No.
Even
with your friends saying private sector crown.
There is a certain threshold.
If you are going to go with and everybody is obliged.
Yes.
When the minimum wage is set, the understanding is that and so say a day no utia obiaka less than that. Which I say.
That's the minimum wage. I want something say. That's 20
easy to check.
22.
Very easy to check.
Check him. Look. Where poverty, you want to fight poverty. I say you don't fight poverty as the person is at senior high school. Somebody who is poor will need to be pushed up, and that poor person, I say at least qualification crowd as we speak. That can change your life. And yes, a senior high school certificate. Open certificate that can change your life. is something around a degree or masters. And no cry no masters no cry no unya. When you cry masters cry, they are suffering. So what I say? It let people push people say, look, I want you to be independent. You are poor. After that, you are poor, you can't pay. I'm guaranteeing you up to your master's level. After that, the mind is there to do 1 or 2 but okay, so obi e hia ninti da ni enti e difference here ba na hia for ninti ye pese obi e hia ni ba bia ko school hia for man ko school ko do senior high na so that wo sikani wo to aso ko university na onya masters onya doctorate da na ohia ni ba no wa be drive no de osman na uni so otebrofo nti betuma soma no. So you want to prepare the poor for the rich again. I mean, that's how I see the concept. The concept must be properly developed to guarantee, say, 30% of people who are going to school, which I say, and they here for, it should be a policy to let us at least to the university.
Okay.
People who can afford us are being paid for. Minister Ba. Then I know you will be university. TikTok, it will be university student be. One knock down 2 rooms, room for 2 people. No, one knock down now. Who said what? We. Na ya hwe no SS free taxpayer money etuaman ese yakoji ade
ora parija but I think that you're moving from Tamale near Mrafo menim say Robin Manu bobi opeso yi free park so brother say but na me pese your budget media budget review so kakra but I know say if you have any rebuttal to give
technically DNS I mean no new thing happen
bibinti enja no sa wa bifufuro bi ama
obeka ne abanya so really
yenya no man nko
the my politicians no
ma ye mo nka the for
you say na bankuta bro for this say
ampan bro for the same dia ha na o pin ba fia na o bisa me na salad bro bisa me say nyuma ye de ne nyuma
I think that you may have some rebuttals to Operation as well.
I mean, a contest of ideas, what I say. And everybody must justify why your friend say, I said you need to me, man. So far, President Mahama, Otana Kunyanso 4 years. And so when we are comparing, we will look at his performance 8 years ago. Oba beji akonnwa no from time nyameto nsafre ura Mahama betfa akonnwa no na Ghana economy net say all connect say what you say oba betfa akonnwa no from ura Mahama ho no na your friend say growth rate na it was almost about 14%.
Yeah,
over akonnwa so it was 3.7%. So na just say and it goes to reflect his person as well. Since Obesha says only the NDC as a political party, and I'm sure the party thinkers and the party strategists are well aware of this. Obesha says already the face of the NDC, the performance of the NDC in their regions, it's not helping. So the party must sit and think. They must have a strategy. And look, your baby says President Mahama, we can't compare Mahama to Bawumia. One, President Mahama was a decision maker. President Mahama Beka said, "Adia way, may President Mahama could sack a minister. Bawumia cannot sack any minister." What I say, more or less, we can offer. A friends, management of APFM Beka say, "Okay, we want to restructure the morning show. Okay, so everybody will offer their views and how the morning show should go. Operating the aba, we put it before management. The decision makers are not obliged to go with our advice. But President Mahama is or had the opportunity and the privilege not onya kwai and making decisions for and on behalf of Ghana. And so that is why we need to assess that decision. So for instance, when a man for say, Bawumia is a liar, Bawumia is like this, I ask myself, say, Sebi, you. Dear na yede ahye Bawumia nsa wanye. One, oye man panini.
Debbie.
He's not the president of Ghana.
The vice president.
Oh yeah, Abadiachire. Just like President Mahama was Abadiachire. At the time, President Mahama was Abadiachire. No, dear, why Sebi nipa do cry say the thing. Oh, but say Obaya president, we can compare him. Say ye na mamuo. Oh yeah, day. Now opare can be a fa a friend saying crime. Me referee. O say. Okay, scary bit. And sometimes when we talk and say, scanner G and what day, I say, so it say, from independence, ABC time around Mahama Tia Kumbiason, scanner G, day. And you're mining a yebu. Into infrastructure development, also provision of social amenities, air cosono, and on Sabi, and you'll be able to seek out. And you will be able to music and President be soon or Baku or Wabetragana Kumia Bosumia Swa, Yent Mien to your public sectors workers cow. President Biabetna so yet your Mokana. Yeah. But I always have wished that Nanka Yame Nanka and Sasa Yamema COVID eba. So that Nanka bet me access 8 years of MPP uninterrupted with any global issue. Nanka there are 2 NDC for so dear home. Because I'm in Ghana for the now because about the first 4 years of MPP and a COVID in the hono. Were things really bad? They were not too bad. And but COVID aba. Now of course MPP can also hide under COVID to talk about their misdeeds. This will ban COVID. But say now anka COVID ni wa anka offer 8 years of NDC age and difa. What for 8 years of MPP, Ejina Benkum. Now, Ghana for 8 years of NDC, and 8 years of MPP, and yeah. But now we can only compare maybe the first 4 years of NDC and MPP. Because.
But Robbie, man, not to catch you, I think, sir, the Ghana for Brenoir, no, I say, is it overstretched to constantly? Because 2020 up until now, 2024
no,
the
is, did they happen,
nobody is contesting that.
But
have you also, as a state, done a disaggregation of the level of impact of both a year COVID-19 on the economy and that of the Russian-Ukraine war? Have you done a year disaggregation to do a proper analysis? Okay, the cost one a percentage of a year in Sunsua COVID-19 in Sunsua Russian-Ukraine war and so that year argument we will not point fingers at the two as the factors are really economic growth.
You see, when your economy is dependent on foreign support, like ours, our economy depends largely on foreign ways.
Yes.
And the World Bank and the IMF and the global institutions will tell you that COVID, the impact of COVID is still being felt in most developed countries. Even the developing countries, they are now coming out of it. But developing countries like ours, third world countries like ours, we are yet to overcome that. Unless we want to say, we don't care about what the IMF, the World Bank, and others are saying, not just about Ghana, but what they are saying about
generally about the global economy.
Exactly. Unless we say we don't care about it, and that Ghana for say affected if we don't no, we should not make comment about it. And often time people try to say Oko Togo here, Oko Africa here, forgetting say Togo, Africa, and those francophone countries almost source every France.
Yeah.
Ghana, we don't depend on Britain. Britain doesn't give us anything. Our central bank is not in Britain. So when inflation is going up in Ghana, it is going up, rocketing. But when your central bank is based in Paris, what can you do? You act. There's a control mechanism.
So you have stability in your exchange rate. And so,
well, for me, so long as for instance, the government introduced planting for food and jobs, and I asked myself a question: say, what was the objective? Because really, you and I didn't feed anything planting for food and jobs.
Debbie.
Benson say you can say, look, under planting for food and jobs, a brew, banche, bordier, bayre, any idea you be focus on. And sir, a foodstuffs we know it is for export. Planting for food and jobs, intention is to export these items.
But so about introduce another planting for food and export.
Part 2.
Part 2. Sorry.
Yeah, yes, COVID as well. I know sometimes we say hano ye living standard, a lot of aduane edi esika.
Oh yes.
Aduane ni accommodation.
Transportation.
What was the government doing? COVID be say no. So what does it? That should be the question.
In those areas.
Yeah, ebia before 2020 na COVID be ye na ye housing plan na han ye nam. So what does it? Ni enya we ebia ye stop here because COVID ni buy. Ebia ye ba na ye aduane say planting for food and jobs no pan. Ebia na we able to produce ebia so metric tons per annum. COVID buy no. COVID crash na no ye city no. Na ye say you crash for no work coin. Eti then na wo ya bibi be breaking no. So wonya hwe what ho wonya hwe. Na say BBS na prekopa na BBS na de ensuo ma. Ya to pipe into ensuo ma na
but you can also discount the fact that a global supply chain and as a result of COVID-19.
For us, we could have still do it. What I say, without waiting for the time we create war, by someone say great. Any idea? No,
wheat, fertilizer, and the count.
A bro, at how many months now?
A bro, so 6 months.
6 months. Banchi, boardie. We're not doing it because still, as we speak, our farming activities is more dependent on the way of life.
Subsistence
type of farming. And not for a day. We don't have it. There's no commitment. Commitment in the whole. Commit to
commitment, we've spent close to about 4 billion Ghana cedis on planting for food and jobs. But that's commitment.
What's spending close to about 4 billion?
That's a
maybe American say. What can we say?
We have gotten out of the investment.
Because I always have a simple policy. Se bibia baby no man fa so mrem. What you say? Until say I say planting for food and job, for instance, ye pay attention to only rice production to stop importation of rice. And I say, it should have been targeted. And then that target should also have a direction to say, look, produces idea way to export. But if you just put some farming, a lot of the things that we do in this country
and
what the forecast in the seminars. Are you the person going to teach the farmer how to plant the cocoa in the brobium? That way of discretionary use of resources, we should stop it.
All right, Parijan, some for the Daily Democrat, Sanso, and Ora or Bing. Manu semu for Ghanaian publisher the Democrat o mani mpanyimfo mienu e na no pay ne o mutena se adwetwe nko yapon yasoso na yasoso dia na tese nyankopon mo kena ebena de beba behia na nkomo aka na ye ne Ghana fo nyina atena se ne adwetwe ye di dwumadi ne ho cham ye frem ko Sefah Danquah Robert Fatisha Bole Prince Ubiapo akode show was put together by Ora Isaac Adai wono ene producer ye titrania wono eda ye dwumadi na no a boy, your tune 7 petin abefun tintan kese no Facebook nana amwako junior Collins Kennedy ho baby ahunu bia friend na obeje so you oyo be friend boss nyango mo chena ye be tena sia ensema aka no ye be di ehun ko mo hene bampo brenya na pamfo aye cradom the happy sports ebre
Tovila Water Solutions. Tovila Water Solutions.
This is the number 1 in Ghana. You can contact us on 055-2490-864. We are located at Titegu, Accra, Ghana.
Charlie, I stress. Oh, senior, what be the issue? Bro, another one caught happen again. I nearly get them this time. Charlie, the over 1.5 messed me up. Oh, Charlie, sorry, but wait, you don't get refund for your loss? Nah, bro, that thing's have the. You hear so before? Yeah, soccer beds they do. Them they call them soccer chance. Ah, Charlie, you sure? Oh, but why I for lie you? Just make your stake on 10 plus games with odds of 1.30 or more. And when it's full, you will get your stake back times 3. Come see my bets. Hey, Charlie, this be interesting, oh.